Thanks, Rick. All right, we're getting ready to go now. We need to be here close by.
Good evening. Welcome to Jackson Academy. It's a way to feel.
We're here, baby. We're here. We go 6:40. I'm going to hit go on air, and we're going to begin.
State AAA Championship action. Bobcats are coached by Coach Joey Hawkins, head coach. We continue to appreciate Coach Hawkins, his family, and the many years that he gave to Jackson Academy.
Nathan, who are the leading tacklers? What's his name?
Lucius. KC Lucas.
It's Casey.
KC, yeah. KC Lucius, initials. KC. Sam Berry.
I got Sam Rayburn.
Hayes Walker, leading tackle, 90 tackles. Then Sam Thomas, and then Sam Berry. Sam Rayburn, defensive tackle there.
Sam Rayburn.
But Hayes Walker's your leading tackler, middle linebacker, 50.
I got him
44.
at 64 tackles. No, I got him 79 total tackles.
Use your sheet right here. It's got all the stuff on it. So.
All right.
All right, here we go.
So who are we looking at? Hayes Walker, and who was the other one?
Sam Thomas, Rayburn. Okay. All right, we're about to go on air, all right?
Okay.
Hello and welcome, Bobcat fans. We've made it to the postseason. Tonight, your Bobcats are back at the Brickyard to face the Jackson Academy Raiders. In each of the last 3 seasons, PCS has reached the playoffs, only to face the same opponent that they opened the regular season with, JA. On each of those occasions, JA defended their home field and put an end to the Bobcat football season. Your Bobcats clawed their way to a 9-2 record this season, which is tied for the best mark in school history set just 2 seasons ago in 2010. Along the way, PCS averaged 34.6 points a game while only allowing 18.6 points to their opponents. Leading the way is the Bobcat rushing attack of Fate Island, Lee Sygrist, Hunter Norton, and Stephen Jones. Island and Sygrist have suffered recent injuries, but Sygrist came back with a bang last week as he scored 3 touchdowns against Starkville Academy. Jackson Academy had a traditional season by their standards, finishing at 10-1, with their only loss coming at the hands of crosstown rival Jackson Prep, the #1 team in MAIS. The Raiders are chasing their 4th consecutive MAIS AAA State Championship and the 10th in school history, I believe. JA is also averaging exactly 34.6 points per game on offense, same as PCS, but the difference is with the defense. The Raiders are only allowing 15.8 points per contest on the season, so something's got to give here tonight. As we alluded to earlier, these 2 programs met in Hattiesburg to start the 2012 season. JA won that game 21-12 after a 2-hour weather delay, pushed back kickoff after 9 p.m. In that game, Bobcat turnovers proved to be the difference. PCS quarterback Daniel Patterson threw an interception, and the Bobcats fumbled inside the 5-yard line. And again, Patterson was never able to find a rhythm with his receivers. On the defensive side of the ball, senior linebacker Micah Griffin went down with a knee injury on the first defensive series and was obviously missed. And he also stepped out and missed 2 games after that. With that, I will introduce my broadcast partner for this evening's ball game, Matthew Lofton, who rejoins us after a 2-week layoff. We'll call him on vacation there, a little trip to paradise. Matthew, we're glad to have you back, and what an exciting night it is for PCS.
Nathan, good to be back. I had such a good time a couple weeks ago, just watching some good football. Let me tell you, the PCS Nation has been ready for this game for quite a while. From the combined pep rally this morning at the high school campus to just the overall excitement from the players today at school, this has the makings of a great game. I got a chance to walk the field a few minutes ago, and the atmosphere is intense. There's a lot of confidence and excitement here at the Brickyard from the Bobcats. Tell you a little bit about JA. JA features a run-dominant offense led by 2 very talented backs, Nick Guy and Duncan Maxwell. Guy leads the team in rushing with 1,011 yards on 118 carries. Maxwell's not too far away and has been dangerous the last few weeks for the Raiders. He has 955 yards on the season. We'll see a different quarterback this time around for the Raiders as Jay Shell starts under center. Make sure to keep an eye on number 58, Jamal Claiborne, as well. The 320-pound left tackle is a Mississippi State signee. On defense, JA runs a 4-3 scheme. Leading tacklers are linebacker Hayes Walker with 90 and defensive tackle Sam Rayburn with 84.
Interesting stuff there, Matthew. As we move closer to kickoff, can you give us just a little information about how this game against JA might be compared to the season opener, how it should be different, and what we should expect once the ball is put in play here tonight?
Yeah, I talked to Coach Hawkins earlier, and we got a little interview in a minute. We'll see what he had to say. But the biggest thing is our quarterback play. Daniel Patterson, he had his first start of the year against Jackson Academy. He did some really nice things in that game. But now his just the way he's matured and the way he's been playing, look for that to be a big difference for the Bobcats tonight.
Well, as we get closer to kickoff, we've got the interview we're going to bring you in conjunction with the national anthem and invocation, which is coming up. But just taking a look at these two programs for a second, against the three teams that are left standing in the playoffs. Again, this is the semifinals. You've got PCS and JA on one side, Jackson Prep taking on MRA on the other side tonight as well. But of those three other opponents, PCS has a cumulative record since 2004 of 0-20. 0-20. Against all other opponents, your Bobcats are a combined 45-36 since 2004, a winning record, exactly a 56% winning percentage to be exact over that time span. Over that time as well, JA is an astonishing 92-16. 92-16. Wrap your mind around that for a second. With winning streaks along the way throughout all those years of 25 consecutive wins, 14 consecutive wins. And most recently, 20 straight wins, which was broken up by Jackson Prep this season. PCS is 0-3 all-time in playoff games, while JA is 7-2 since 2004. The Raiders have made it nearly impossible to win here at the Brickyard with a 48-4 home record since 2004. They have won 44 of their last 46 ball games. While PCS on the road is a meager 23-28 over the years. On paper, Matt, these two teams shouldn't even be put in the same category. But word around campus in Hattiesburg all week has been, this is our time. This is our time. Confidence is at an all-time high for this David trying to slay the mighty Goliath. What was your take on the pulse of campus this week preparing for this? You alluded to the pep rally earlier. What was kind of the feeling around campus leading up to the game today?
Well, Nathan, I think Mr. Rowe said it best today. I was talking to Mr. Rowe, and he was just saying this year we really feel like we have a chance to actually win. In years past we say, hey, let's do this, let's do that. Well, this year we're coming out with one mindset is to win, and you know as well as I do in sports, your mind has to be right. Physically we're better than we've ever been. We're deeper than we've been in different positions. But more importantly, we have that mindset that we can go toe-to-toe with anybody. We proved it in the first game this year, going to toe-to-toe with JA in the opener. We're a better football team now. I think the coaching staff, I think the players, I think everybody's really bought in to what Coach Hawkins has been preaching for the last couple of years, and it's really starting to show. Nathan, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm calling a Bobcat win tonight.
Interesting. We were talking about it coming up here that, this if ever has happened, it's going to be this year. If ever it's happened, it's going to be this year again. 6 playoff victories for this team. 6 consecutive playoff victories for this team is a record, a streak there. 3 consecutive state championships. Again, come in 10-1, 6-0 in conference. Do the Jackson Academy Raiders in the direction of head coach David Sykes. Recognize a couple officials while we have it. A little time here to kill. The referee for tonight's ball game is Brad Fauché. Umpire Todd Abels. Linesman Jeff Cotton. The line judge is Chris Hathcock. Your back judge David Kane. And your clock operator tonight is Bobby Barlow. And we see some PCS fans starting to trickle in a little bit. Got about 10 minutes before the kickoff. And we're getting set. We're just waiting to get to that interview with Coach Hawkins here in a little bit as we get ready to begin tonight's action. We alluded to the injuries with Fate Island and Lee Sigris. Lee, again, came back last week after suffering a mild dislocation of his left shoulder. Fate suffered a strained MCL and has missed the last 2 weeks. And really was targeting next week is when he should be expected back. But in his rehabilitation, he's been really getting after it. Saw him in practice this week, talked to head athletic trainer Rusty Hines. And he said that Fate has really, really pushed the timetable up, is really ahead of schedule, and looked very, very good in Wednesday's practice. And based on Wednesday's practice, he looks very, very confident and ready to go. We're going to take one moment, recognize our title sponsor, Play On Sports, who's been with us all season long and done a great job bringing you Bobcat football action. And while we do this, we'll pause just 1 second. We'll be right back with the interview with Coach Hawkins and kickoff here from the Brickyard.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
We welcome you back here to the campus of Jackson Academy. And while we have a moment here before the teams here to take the field, you see your Bobcats warming up in the end zone. Jackson Academy's made some vast improvements to the facilities over the years. If you'll notice, on the far side away from us is the visiting stands. Permanent bleachers there, built very, very nice. Got the brick facade there.
Yeah, those are awesome.
And one of the things you may not get a chance to see, and we'll try to probably show it to you right now, is the beautiful new Jumbotron here at Jackson Academy. Nice big scoreboard there so that all the fans here get a full experience. I mean, that's almost an SEC quality. Well, all the SEC teams now have gone to the beyond Jumbotron, so to speak. But that's as far as MAIS standards or any private or public school in Mississippi, that's the Cadillac right there.
Yeah, Nathan, I'd have to put this stadium up against anybody in the state of Mississippi. Just a great place for high school football on Friday nights.
A little bit of history between these two teams. The last 6 games, JA is 6-0. Again, that's the all-time record between these two. These two didn't met. The PCS is not for long in the AAA ranks, but JA is 6-0 all-time. Won earlier this year, again, 21-12. No team has been shut out in this series. So a little bit surprising. No team has been shut out. The average score, and it hurts a little bit to say this, but the average score, JA 31, PCS, just under 12 points a game. We're going to have to flip-flop that if we want a chance here tonight.
That's true. We've been closing the gap every year. You'll see every time we play Jackson Academy, we just take one step closer. Coach Hawkins and the guys, thanks to tonight's the night, we take that step over the line.
Well, last season, these two met here at the Yard in the last game of the year. It came down to the very last play. Quarterback Brandon Sullivan scrambled and found his way free. He lofted it down to the end zone where the Jumbotron is now. About 4 receivers and defensive backs leaped into the air. The ball was batted around, and diving at the goal line was Hunter Norton, who came up just a fingertip short of bringing in what would have been an all-time epic come-from-behind victory for the Bobcats. And in that game, we had defensive back, phenomenal defensive back play late. They threw a long pass up the sideline. Craig Edgecombe went up and got it just over the outstretched arms of P-Bell, Preston Bell, who was a phenomenal senior for the Bobcats last year. I mean, it was literally a fingertip. If he hadn't trimmed his fingernails that day, I think he might get the interception on that play. It was that close.
That's right. That was a great game last year, and even though the Bobcat fans and Bobcat players and coaches were disappointed, just another example of how close we're getting and how this football team has just blown up over the last couple of years. Just a big congratulations to Coach Hawkins and the guys, and I know tonight's going to be one of those nights that we'll remember for a long time, just like last year.
As we have mentioned and talked to, the culture and the feelings around PCS this week have been at an all-time high. This is a feeling unlike any other. We talk about PCS is not long for the AAA ranks. They haven't, success at this level hasn't been achieved. And we've mentioned it several times this year. All the senior class knows, all they know is playoffs. That's all they do. All they do is win. They get to the playoffs. This is the 3rd consecutive playoff berth for PCS, 4th overall. And they've been a part of all 3 of the most recent 3. So they've been there and a part of every single one of them. So this senior class, again, the most successful, as far as record-wise, senior class But you can't forget the foundation laid by the Preston Bells, the Dylan Dearmans, the James Akers, the Cade Martins, the Brandon Sullivans, the Blake Graves, all those guys who came before, and those who were even around before I even came about. I mean, we talked. Chris Herron is defensive back on this team. His brother Chase, back in the early 2000s. Some of the others that you may know better than I have laid the way, and I hope they're watching here tonight, and I hope this is going to be a special night for Bobcat Nation in black and blue all across the South Mississippi region. Captains are getting ready to come to center of the field to toss the coin for your Bobcats. You've got Chris Addison, Daniel Patterson, Micah Griffin, and Stephen Jones. For Jackson Academy, you've got Jay Shell, the quarterback. You've got A.J. Arnold, the outstanding kicker. Landon Morris, and the fourth and final captain is Jake Williams. All four for each team seniors.
Nathan, our fans are starting to trickle in. Hopefully, we'll have a sellout in the new stands across the way.
While I've got a moment here, I want to send out a special shout out in recognition to one Bobcat who did not make the journey with us tonight, and that is Coach Phil Smith. Coach Smith, we hope you're watching, and we hope this win tonight that's coming forth we'll go out to you, and I hope these guys prove you proud. And we wish you were here with us, Coach, and can't wait to see you when we get back to Hattiesburg. About 2 minutes to kick off here. We had a lot of dead air. Don't usually have this much time pregame, Matthew. I'm a little unprepared here, but again, you mentioned this is just an absolutely beautiful stadium. I hope you're getting to see a little bit of it here. Absolutely got the field turf. It looks beautiful year-round. We've got, and as you said, this is probably, I've got to say, this is the best facility football-wise across the MAIS.
Yeah, this stadium rivals any stadium in the state, public or private.
And we're here in Jackson. I know a couple of a little bit bigger schools that would love to play their games here. Little Millsaps and Belhaven would love to come over here and play. I know next week, if the Bobcats are victorious tonight, we would travel to where? Mississippi College.
That's right. Probably another matchup against Jackson Brett. Well, it'll definitely be a matchup against a Patriot because it's going to either be MRA or Jackson Brett.
A Madison Patriot or Jackson Patriot. PCS has won the toss and will receive. Go on offense first.
It's interesting. Coach Hawkins wants to go ahead and get the ball, wants to see if we can go ahead and get some things rolling, build some confidence in his guys here.
We mentioned the players, the students are very confident. This coaching staff very confident, too, in this ball club and ready to get this game underway. Well, after the coin toss, we're getting set, about ready to have our interview with Coach Joey Hawkins as we bring our national anthem and invocation to you. Little bit of a delay as we're getting set here. J.A. is just now coming out of the locker room, getting set to run through and take the field. Not sure how they do things around here in Jackson, but usually PCS has already taken the field and we've already on air and done the national anthem, things like that. But it's playoff football, a little special. Make sure everybody's in their seat and got their popcorn. And
yeah, we have. Looks like we have about 100 students down there making a line.
All right, we're getting set, and here we go for our invocation. And with that, we're going to cue up Coach Joey Hawkins and hear what he had to say about tonight's ball game.
All right, Bobcat fans, we're here with Coach Hawkins here at Jackson Academy. Bobcats going to kick off against the Raiders in 50 minutes. Coach, first of all, I got to ask you about the health of your running back, Fate. How's he doing? What's his status?
He's doing well. Well, you know, we didn't know going into Monday how he would look, but he made some good cuts Monday. Tuesday looked good. Wednesday looked good, and we think he's full speed, man. Look, that boy's tough as nails. He's ready to go.
Thanks, Coach. Coach, what are some of the main differences in your team now compared to the first meeting against JA?
Well, Daniel Patterson, you know, it was his first game to start at quarterback in high school, and now he's throwing the ball well, and, you know, he can see things on the field that really make us dangerous, you know, and that's really helped us a lot.
Coach, JA's quarterback, Shell, is back under center. How does his involvement affect the game tonight?
Well, he does a great job. You know, he can throw the ball, you know, fairly well, and he manages the game so good, and he's got a little speed, you know. So, you know, we got to keep our eye on him. But main thing he does, he just gets the ball to their playmakers and does a good job with it.
Coach, last question. What does a win tonight do for PCS as a program? And then afterwards, give us a few things that we have to do tonight in order to get that win.
Well, the win would be the biggest win in our school history. Ain't no doubt about that. And, you know, our kids they're really looking for the challenge. They think it's an awesome opportunity. We're going to play extremely well. And the main two things we got to do is take care of the football, number one, and number two, we got to tackle and keep 27s from making long plays. If we do that, we're in good shape.
Thanks, Coach Hawkins. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
You just heard from Coach Hawkins, then you heard the ending of the national anthem here from the Brickyard on campus of Jackson Academy, where your Bobcats are set to play the Raiders in semifinal action of the MAIS AAA State Playoffs. Both teams are getting ready to take the field, and your Bobcats will most likely take the field first. Really kind of a wait-and-see approach. Both teams hiding behind their banners, waiting to run through. PCS will charge and take the field in their road white jerseys, blue numerals, blue pants, blue hats with a white script PCS along the side. Both teams take the field at the same time. JA charges in their home navy blue uniforms, gray pants, gray numerals, and the gray JA embossing the side of the headgear with the thick gray stripe across the top. And we are ready for some football.
It's going to be a great game, Nathan. PCS ready to shock the world. That's what Coach Hawkins says all the time. PCS shocking the world.
All right. Teams are getting ready to take the field. Fans are clearing the way. Bobcats and Raiders coming your way with a chance at the state championship next week on the line. One last thought here, Matt, before we go. What do you want to see here right out of the gate as PCS gets the ball first?
Well, Coach Hawkins, he's not holding anything back here, Nathan. This is do or die, baby. We're going to see everything. I think Daniel Patterson, we're going to see him throw the ball a lot more than we did the first time. Real interested to see how Fate runs the ball. Our committee of running backs, all the guys who've stepped in since then have done a great job as well. So I think we got a lot more weapons than we had first time. Let's see Coach Hawkins open it up here, try to put some points on the board early to give his Bobcat team some confidence.
Back deep for your Bobcats. We see double deuce back there, Fate Island, along with Hunter Norton, who filled in for Fate when he was injured.
Good to see 22 back in action.
Absolutely. It was good to see 17 last week.
That's right.
A.J. Arnold will handle the kicking duties. 22 sends this one away to 9. That's Norton at the goal line. Will be into the end zone for a touchback, and the Bobcats will start at their own 20. 80 yards to go. Opening possession here.
Nathan, PCS really needs to start off positive here. Obviously, we want to score, but if nothing else, we need to move the football, control the field, and just continue to play fundamental football. You understand Coach Hawkins earlier said something about turnovers. That's going to be key tonight. If we can take care of the football, we put some points on the board.
Well, they mentioned the confidence in Daniel Patterson showing right here as they open up in the shotgun formation with 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Norton is the back along with Patterson. Swing it out to him. He's hit. Ball falls incomplete, however. There on the hit on Broadhead, 5-on-5. That's Sam Thomas, the outside linebacker, and 3rd leading tackler for this Raiders squad. It'll be 2nd and 10 after the incompletion.
PCS are a run-dominant team mostly. J.A. was ready for that one.
And we'll see some power package come in. Robbie Morgan, the tight end, as well as Lee Sigers, the fullback. And we'll have 2 receivers, Henderson and Addison, will run off the field. We'll go under center here. A little more traditional hawk formation with 2 tight ends, Griffin and Morgan. Motion is Jones. They give up the middle to Sigers, runs through 1 man, pushing the pile forward for a gain of 3 is Lee Sigers.
PCS running backs do such a good job of keeping their feet moving. They always can pick up an extra yard just because they're just running so hard downfield.
One of the things you got to look for right here, I think if you're PCS, Coach Hawkins mentioned holding on to the football, no turnovers. But to me, you've got to sustain drives. You've got to convert 3rd downs. You've got to keep that Raider defense on the field. 3rd and 7 right here. J.A. on the season on 3rd down defensively only gives up 32% of 3rd down conversions. Jones in motion, counter back to Island. He's got it. He's across the 30. Into the secondary, he's got a 1st down. There it is. Fade Island, his first carry goes for 12 yards and a PCS 1st down.
That's exactly what we needed. We need to move the chains. Like you said, a short field is very dangerous to give J.A.
Ball down at the 38-yard line. Good run there by Island. Brought down by Daniel Kennedy, the junior defensive back. Addison checks in. He'll go wide to the left side of the formation. Allen Winford is your tight end to the near side. A little power eye set here. Island and Broadhead. They give it to Island. He's met in the backfield. Nothing doing there. First man there for J.A. was Matt Smith, senior linebacker. And several other Raiders polished off. Loss of 3 on the play. And we've got an official's timeout. We had a player have a helmet issue, equipment issue. That's Nicholas Guy. I don't know if the helmet came off during the play or not, but they're working on it. I think it's a snap malfunction. I didn't know that the officials would pause to let you fix your equipment. I thought you had to get off the field.
Little home field advantage there.
Definitely want to make sure all the players are safe. 2nd and 13. 10:30 to play 1st quarter. Addison split near side. Young split far side. Jones is in motion. Patterson fakes the quick throw. Looking up the sideline for Jones. Up in the air, it's out of bounds, incomplete. Tried a little pump fake and go there, and Patterson, you see the experience now as he put that one only where his receiver could get to it, no one else. It goes incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 13.
Yeah, Jay didn't fall for that, so Patterson just really smart, just throwing that outside.
The PCS converted 3rd and 7 just moments ago. It's 3rd and 13 now, and a little bit different.
Yeah, the main thing here, we just don't want to make a big mistake. Let's just get some positive yardage and go and play defense. Hey, if we can pick up the 1st down, that'd be even better.
They go to the halt with Jones and Norton flanking the end. Sigris behind Patterson. 2 tight ends. They send Norton in motion. Looking to throw is Patterson across the middle. He's got Jones, and Jones dropped it. Had Stephen Jones at the 45, and he makes that catch. He's got the 1st down. And with Stephen's speed, he might make that a big play and get down to near the red zone, but it goes incomplete. It'll be 4th down, and here comes Troy Waits.
Yeah, he had a little pressure on him, but, Nathan, we really need to make plays like that if we want to beat a team like Jackson Academy, beat a team like Jackson Prep, and change the way that, we've done against the Jackson area schools in the past couple of years. Those plays have to be made.
Back deep for JA is Duncan Maxwell. You heard about his big playability from Coach Hawkins. He waits at his 25, calls fair catch, and brings it in at the 28-yard line. Under 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. 0-0, JA will now take the field for their first offensive possession. Defensively, what's the key for PCS here, Matthew?
Jay's a running team. We got to stop the run first. Like Coach Hawkins says, we need to make tackles. Missed tackles, that's extra yards for Jackson Academy. It'd be nice right here to get a 3-and-out.
Quarterback Jay Shell is only 22 of 50 throwing on the season. This is the handoff, bouncing it outside. I believe that is Guy. I'll have to check. Or excuse me, that is Cooper Reed. Cooper Reed, number 28, getting the early carry here. Reed has 7 touchdowns on the season, over 400 yards rushing. The leading scorer for this backfield is Duncan Maxwell, who wasn't the main ball carrier throughout half the season, and then lately he scored 19 touchdowns in really the last 6 weeks.
It's been real explosive as of late.
He's the tailback here in the offset eye. He'll get it up the middle. He's into the secondary, breaking free, trying down the sideline. A flag comes in late. Maxwell still running and pushed out of bounds near the 30. I think they're going to call a face mask.
I was going to say, I think there's a face mask on us.
Well, Hawkins mentioned it in the pregame. You got to keep 27 in check from those big plays, and there he got one. Incidental face mask way back near the initial line of scrimmage. As Stephen Jones ran past the defender, he tried to reach out, or excuse me, not Stephen Jones, that was Wilson Benton. Wilson Benton reached out. He marched off at the end of the run from the 30.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah, just kind of one of those, excuse me, reach flags there. And just what you didn't want to happen for PCS has occurred. You get a big play from Maxwell, and now a penalty will put the ball inside the Bobcat red zone. Check this stat out. JA has outscored their opponents on the season in the first quarter, 106-10.
Fast start equals great success. Wow, that's impressive.
I formation for Maxwell again. A receiver to each side to give to the fullback this time. This is Cooper Reed, and Reed is down inside the 10, just pushing the pile forward to about the 8-yard line there. He'll be gain of about 8 on the play. He'll be 2nd and 2 for the Raiders.
Cooper Reed last week, 6 carries, 25 yards, senior.
They'll send 2 receivers to the far side of the formation. Ford is in the slot with Colin Welsh split out. Tight end to the left, I formation. They give Maxwell on the counter. Excuse me, this is Reed. And Reed, Nick Guy. 28 and 20, these jersey numbers look the same. Nick Guy on the counter gets actually about a yard, maybe 2, to the 6. Tackled by Micah Griffin that time. It'll be 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1 with 8 to play first quarter. JA marching inside the PCS red zone.
Biggest 3rd down of the year for PCS. Coach Farrell's defense here. We really need to stand and force a field goal.
They go tight end left, wishbone backfield. Give up the middle to Cooper Reed, the fullback. He'll be near the first down. Powell is halted. I think he got across the 5. Nose of the football across the 5-yard line, judging by the far linesman. And that'll be enough for a 1st and goal. We'll see where they officially spot it. Yes, just across the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Raiders, with 7.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter.
Nathan, look for them to just get behind big old 58, Claiborne, 320 pounds.
They go, this is Maxwell over center to the 2-yard line. McGowan there on the stop, as well as Dakota Harvey and Tyler Henderson. And we'll have Cooper Reed, the fullback's got to come out of the game. His shoe came off. So that'll key in the backup fullback, Hayden Tierney. So I wouldn't expect this ball to go anywhere, but Duncan Maxwell, 19 touchdowns on the year. He'll be the left running back in the wishbone formation. They give it to him, sweeping right, trying to cut back. He's met and stopped short. Good stand right there on 2nd and goal by PCS. See if we can get some numbers. Tyler Henderson, Micah Griffin, Dakota Harvey there. Good job setting the edge by Justin Giroux and Tyler Young in at defensive back. So a 3rd and goal just outside the 1. Cooper Reed back into the ball game at fullback now after getting his shoe laced back up. He'll get the handoff here up the middle. In for a touchdown, Jackson Academy. Cooper Reed dives in from a 1.5 yards out, put JA up 6-0 with 6:14 showing on the clock. And on the extra point attempt, we got the old swinging gate here. A.J. Arnold will attempt the kick out of the hold of Wyatt Powell. Nick Guy is your long snapper. Good snap, good hold, kick. No good. A little different look there. A.J. Arnold is a phenomenal soccer player. He went with the one step and kick, and that one came off the side of his foot.
Yeah, I guess that'd be the one bright spot in that opening drive from Jackson Academy. I think that we're okay. The main thing right now, we just need to respond. One thing about PCS is, teams in the past have gotten down. This year's team has a lot of resiliency. Let's see if we can come back, respond, and move the ball down the field our own selves.
Very quickly, as we wait the kickoff, I want to thank the PCS Booster Club and all that they do to help PCS athletics throughout the year. Thank you. And this playoff run and the success of this football team would not be possible without the support of the Booster Club. Arnold set to kick this one away, 6-14, and the Raiders lead your Bobcats 6-0. Big play on that drive, a long run down the sidelines by who else? Duncan Maxwell.
Yeah, and then you tack on the face mask.
And A.J. Arnold got a good boot into this one through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So PCS was able to come out and convert a 3rd and 7 on their first possession on Fayette Island's first touch. We'll see if he gets more involved. Then on 3rd and 13 after a loss, the pass falls incomplete, and PCS forced to punt on their last possession, and we'll see if the Bobcats can't move the football more effectively here. They go I formation with Island and Burks. A split into each side, Young and Addison. Young goes in motion. He gets the speed handoff around the end. He cuts it up around the 25, tripped up near the 30. It'll be a 9-yard gain for Tyler Young.
Nice play. That's one of the running backs. Tyler had to step in with the injuries from Sigris and Island. He's done a great job for us.
2nd and 1, and this is what you got to hope for if you're Coach Hawkins calling the plays here. Second and manageable, 3rd and manageable is big time for your offense. Under 6 first quarter.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Hawkins go for the bomb right here. Go ahead and try to make a play right here because 3rd down and 1 is easily converted.
Norton is the lone back behind Patterson. They give on the end around to Jones, trying to fight his way free. He's dropped for a loss. K.C. Lucius drops Jones back at the 26-yard line. Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd and 1 there, you'd like to see something up the middle, but we go no fullback. And one of the things you see, J.A., that you know that they're wanting to stop the run because the deep safety, Colin Welsh, I use the term deep loosely. He's only 12 yards off the line of scrimmage in the middle of the field.
Yeah, they're just man-to-man on the outside, and everybody else is just stacked in the box waiting on the run.
Welsh lines up 8 yards off the ball here. No deep safety. They're lining up, giving huge cushion to the corner, looking to pass is Patterson. He's got Jones on the out, and Jones went up the field instead of out. Incomplete on 3rd and 4. It'll be 4th and 4 for PCS.
It's really unfortunate because, 2nd and 1, you're thinking, hey, we got 2 possessions, 2 plays to make 1 yard, and we end up going backwards.
About a 45-second possession there for PCS on the game clock. And now Waits is on to punt again, and there's that man, Maxwell, waiting at his own 35. Nice spiraling kick by Waits. Comes down to Maxwell. He'll field this one. Loses one man. He's into the open field at the 50. Trying to find his way free and saving a touchdown was Robert Upton. Stephen Jones, the long snapper, was there to make the tackle, but somehow missed. Duncan Maxwell and J.A. will start in PCS territory.
We do not want Maxwell to get in the open field. Wow, that guy's got some wheels.
Officials timeout for water. I thought those stopped when the calendar turned to October, but apparently it is a warm night here. We brought jackets and cover expecting to be in a very, very cold climate. Well, it climbed to around the 80-degree mark in Hattiesburg, and last week when we got in the bus in Hattiesburg, it was about 80 degrees. We got off the bus in Starkville, the wind was howling, and it was about 50 degrees, and a little bit cooler than it is tonight, but a nice warm night. So the officials want to make sure the players are well hydrated. You definitely want to see the best of each team. J.A. scored 6 points in opening possession after a Duncan Maxwell long run. And he starts this possession with a good punt return of almost 25 yards. And J.A. has the ball inside PCS territory at the 42-yard line. They split a receiver to each side, and Guy is behind Reed in the I formation. Shell fakes the counter, rolling, pressured by Morgan, trying to get deep. He throws it, and Stephen Jones was defending on the play. And if he had had his eyes on the quarterback, he might have had 6 there. Ill-advised throw by Shell, but he gets away with it. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, nice play by Stephen. Maybe 1 second earlier, he might be taking that one to the house.
First pass attempt by quarterback Jay Shell on the night.
Good job by Robbie Morgan getting some pressure on the quarterback, forced him into an uncomfortable situation.
They go shotgun here with 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Reed is off the right shoulder. They motion Reed. This is the give to Guy. Fake to Guy. Looking across the middle is Shell. He's got a man. Tyler Young almost comes up with an interception intended for David Ford. Had him for a second. Underthrown by Shell. Tyler Young breaks perfectly, and just unable to come up with a diving catch there. 3rd and 10.
Nathan, 2 balls that are catchable right now, going to come back to haunt us possibly at the end of the game. I know both those guys want those balls back.
They'll go shotgun again with 4 receivers. The running back is Guy, this time off the left shoulder of Shell. Dropping to pass, being forced out of the pocket, now stepping up, throwing back down the field. Coming back to make the catch is Cooper Reed at the 34-yard line. He was juggling that ball from what we could see, but the official that spotted it had his back, or was behind the back of Reed. We'll see where they spot it. It's close to a first down. I think he's about a half a yard short. It'll be 4th down.
Nathan, I think that was an incompletion.
I agree.
He didn't have the ball. He was pushed out of bounds, and then he had possession of the ball. It should have been an incompletion.
5-man officiating crew can't be everywhere, but it's a completion on the chart. Shotgun again for Shell on 4th and 2. Throwing in the slant. He's got a man. That's his tight end. Big Connor Carmody on the quick stop route inside the 25.
Nathan, Jay is showing us a little bit of everything. First possession, run heavy, and now I think that's 4 pass plays in a row from the Raiders.
Have not run the ball on this possession as we're under 4 to play first quarter. They go back to the more traditional offset I formation. Tight end right, receiver to each side. Shell takes, he gives to Guy, trying to find his way, hit and dropped. Nice tackle there by Dakota Harvey.
There was a really big hole right there. We were really fortunate that Dakota came up and made a big tackle.
One difference I noticed is Guy will come off and Maxwell will come in between those 2 running backs. Guy is more of the patient, let the block set up and try to find a cutback lane. Maxwell, he's 100% downhill, put his foot in the ground, make one cut, and go.
Yeah, he looks like he shot it.
They toss it to him, fake the reverse. This was very successful in the first matchup. Not so much tonight. Smelling it out there, Justin Giroux dropped for a loss of 2.
After the first meeting, I'm going to guess we worked on that a couple times.
They've seen it in practice. PCS has
right.
run that play to success all season long. Most recently, going for a 47-yard touchdown by Stephen Jones against Oak Forest Academy. Offset I. This is Maxwell again dotting the I. And the tight end jumped of a false start on Carmody. So a 3rd and 12 will become a 3rd and 17.
Great situation for PCS now. Keep everybody in front of us. Long 3rd downs. That's what we need all night long. Long 3rd downs.
On the year, JA averages, I think, 7 penalties for 58 yards. The last time that JA lost here at the Brickyard, 35 games ago. They've won 35 straight games. They lost to Jackson Prep to open the season in 2007. They lost 24-6. Since then, I mean, that's the only loss on this turf field.
That's
They're
right.
35-1.
Jackson Prep a couple weeks ago ended that streak that Jay had of consecutive wins as well.
Shotgun for Shell. That's Reed in motion. They fake it. Fake the counter. Rolling is Shell looking deep to the end zone. Got a man. David Ford. Touchdown, Raiders.
Kind of surprised to see Jay go to the air, but they had success that possession.
That was the same play that Tyler Young almost intercepted. This time Shell gets a little bit more mustard on the ball, and it goes to David Ford for a touchdown, 12-0, and it looks like JA will go for 2 here. That is the case as Shell will come back out onto the field. 12-0. You want to get that 2 points to go to 14, take a 2-possession lead here. They go shotgun. A little confusion getting lined up. They bunch 3 receivers left in the pistol. You heard Coach Hawkins talking about this bunch formation. They fake the handoff. Rolling is Shell. Covered up. He'll throw to the back of the end zone and knocked away by Stephen Jones. Incomplete. And our score will stay at 12-0. We'll pause just a moment to catch our breath. Be back to bring you the kickoff in just a moment. You're watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network. We're back at the Brickyard. JA has just taken a 12-0 lead on a 30-plus yard pass from Jay Shell to David Ford. And JA is 2 for 2 on scoring possession tonight. A.J. Arnold sends this one end over end into the end zone where Hunter Norton runs it out. They'll give it to him. They'll say the ball didn't cross the plane. Norton's across the 35 and tripped up as he tried to cut back into the open lane. So a good return there from Norton across the 30 to the 31.
Nathan, this is one of those pivotal possessions where we really need to make something happen. We can find ourselves in a big hole, and right now we've kind of shot ourselves in the foot a couple times. We need to make plays when they present themselves and go ahead and get back into this football game.
1 minute and 59 seconds show on the clock remaining in the first quarter. We go I formation with 3 tight ends on this play. Toss left to Island. Runs through 1 tackle and crosses the 35. Gain of about 6 yards on the play. Fade Island looking strong here early.
The Bobcat side of the field's pretty quiet right now, Nathan. We need a big play to get our crowd back into it, get our players back into it.
All the momentum on the side of the team wearing dark blue. Go to the Hawk formation. Sigris behind Patterson. Haven't called Lee Sigris' name very much tonight. They'll send Fate Island in motion. Fumbled snap. Patterson takes and pitches back to Jones. They'll mark Patterson down where he fell on the football. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. Trouble exchange there from Jace Broom to Daniel Patterson. Well, we haven't talked about Jace very much. Jace is the backup center filling in for Matthew Stevens, who's missing his 3rd consecutive game due to illness, and his season is over playing-wise. But Jace has done an excellent job filling in, coming in the crunch time of the season. Only had 1 bot snap until that point, and so Jace and Patterson able to connect right there. It'll set PCS up with 3rd and 8. 2 receivers to the far side in the Hawk. They'll send Jones in motion, faking all over the place, looking to throw. Patterson throws it. He's got Young open. Young leaps and brings it down at the 45. Great leaping grab by Tyler Young. He took a shot right at the end. I believe that was Colin Welsh. Colin Welsh put a big lick on it, but a great pass connection there. Patterson to Young.
Yeah, that's what we need. When a play presents itself, coaches say all the time, players make plays. When a play presents itself, we have to do that.
Under 20 seconds left first quarter, most likely the last play of the first quarter. Jonathan Burks will spell Tyler Young. We go 2 tight ends on this formation. Fake the Sigris, tight end around to Griffin. Nothing doing there. Sam Rayburn from his outside linebacker spot saw that one the whole way and dropped Griffin for a loss of 3. And that's how the first quarter will come to an end. We'll take the timeout with them. Be back to bring you more PCS football when the second quarter begins. You're watching the Bobcat Sports Network. Welcome back as the second quarter is about set to begin. Bobcats have just moved the ball near midfield. They crossed midfield for a moment. And a nice looking catch from Tyler Young. And then went backwards 3 yards on a tight end around by Micah Griffin. And the ball resting at the JA 49-yard line. And it's 2nd and 12 with the offset Hawk formation. Counter back to Sigrist. He's across the 45. One man tripped him up. I believe that was Welsh again. It is Colin Welsh. Got a hand on the ankle of Lee Sigrist and kept him from big yardage.
Nathan, you talked about it earlier, but Jay's kind of daring us to pass a little bit in the game. So maybe some misdirection, right, like that running play right there. But we're going to have to make some plays in the passing game as well.
You're going to have some big plays, whether it's in the passing game or getting turnovers. JA on the season is plus 10 in the turnover department. They go shotgun with 2 tight ends here. Sigrist is off the left shoulder of Patterson. He'll fake it to him, looking left side, throws the out to Jones at the 40. He's got it running up the sideline, and it takes 3 Raiders to knock him out at the Raider 30. First down, PCS.
There's that passing game we're talking about. If Jay is going to load up and forces the pass, we're just going to make some plays. Good play right there by Jones.
So Jones hauls in his 2nd reception tonight. This one by far the best yardage-wise. And this will be the deepest penetration into JA territory we've had all night.
We talked about this being the pivotal possession right here, with how the momentum changes right now. Bobcats have a little bit.
They go power I with Island in the backfield. 2 tight ends, power I. They toss right to Island behind all the power. He runs up, cuts upfield, hits a wall, finally pushed back across the 30 to about the 28. Nice gain there of about 3 yards on the plays. We're under 11 in the second quarter.
I think we've seen 3 helmets come off so far. I might have to start implementing that rule of that college has, where when the helmet comes off, the player has to come out. That's the 3rd time we've seen a helmet fly.
And we've got an official's timeout. Looks like we've got a
that's the player whose helmet came off, 44.
That's Hayes Walker, the middle linebacker and the leading tackler for this Raider squad. They're looking for a trainer. May have blood on his leg or something. Looking for a trainer on the sideline to get him taped up.
Hayes leads the Raiders this year in tackles with 90.
Back to the power island, 2nd and 9. Well, 2nd and 8 with 10 minutes remaining in the half. Sigris is the deep back this time. They give it to him on the counter left. Into the secondary, runs through one tackle and dragged down just shy of the 20 is Sigris. He'll be about 2 yards short of a first down. And we've got a timeout, JA. Coach Sykes unhappy with what he has seen on this drive. Wants to talk it over with his team.
Coach Sykes, his 4th year at JA. He's won 44 of his last 46 games. It's pretty impressive, Nathan.
Very impressive. I mean, Coach Sykes was a success for many, many years at Washington before coming to JA just 4 seasons ago. Won a couple of Division II state championships there in Greenville with the Washington Generals. I believe it's Generals.
Generals, that's correct.
As my MAIS knowledge, right?
And surprising enough, the Washington Generals are not in the Division II playoffs for the first time in as long as I can remember for sure.
They were the odd man out in a very, very tough, interesting score we're going to bring you after this play as we keep an eye on some things all around the Jackson area.
Yeah, that Division II North, Heritage had a great team this year. Magnolia Heights had a good team. Washington had a good team. And unfortunately, Washington was the good team that had to sit at home this week.
Shotgun, they'll shift the formation. Now Island back with Patterson. They give it to him right side. He's got the first down. He's inside the 20, inside the 10. Fate Island charging inside the 9. It'll be a first down PCS, first down in goal for the Bobcats.
Nathan, I got one word for you. Healthy. He looks really good.
Looks really good. You're right, Matthew. Well, that score he alluded to. With a minute and a half left in the first quarter from just down the road in Flowood, MRA leads Jackson Prep 7-0. And the Patriots, let me rephrase that. The Prep Patriots missed a field goal.
Wow, big score right down the road.
Power eye set with Sigris behind everyone. They'll roll out and throw to the end zone. Patterson hit Micah Griffin right in the center of the 2, and he dropped it.
Daniel cannot throw a ball better than that. That was perfect.
Intended for Micah Griffin.
Incomplete on first and goal.
Second goal to go.
You can see the reaction from Patterson. He expected that one to be caught. We've seen great development and maturity out of this young senior quarterback. They go hawk formation. Second and goal from the 9. Jones in motion. Rolling is Patterson looking to throw. He's got Jones in the end zone. This is Micah Griffin. He drops another score.
Drop balls, Nathan. 12-7, 12-7.
I don't have words for that.
Yeah, that's just a play he needs to make, and Micah normally makes that play. If you remember a couple weeks ago against Park Lane,
he makes
Daniel
a phenomenal
Patterson,
catch, right?
Thread the needle. Micah catches the pass, ends up being the winning touchdown of that game.
Well, maybe that's the secret. Patterson there's nobody around Micah on those plays, and on this one, he's wide open the last 2, and maybe just he needs some people around him to make a play. Shotgun with 2 backs. They're Jones and Sigris. Patterson throws the quick out. The hook in lateral. He's got Jones. He's in the end zone. PCS, touchdown.
Wow, what a play. Hawkins dialing up from the old playbook, reaching in the pocket deep. He said, hey, the old conventional pass doesn't work. Let's try this.
Little trickeration there. Patterson throws the quick out to Rand Henderson, who pitches it to Stephen Jones out of the backfield. Good for 6 points.
Look, we'll take some points any way we can get them.
Beautiful execution there. And Waits will come on for the extra point.
To attempt the point after, out of the hold of Bobby Broadhead, and the snap of Stephen Jones.
Late man coming on to get the extra point attempt. Good snap, good hold, high enough, long enough, and true. Troy Waits connects. Our score 12-7. PCS has answered. Let's see if Uncle Mo is still residing in the Navy jersey after that drive. PCS within 5 now with 9.5 to play in the first half.
Nathan, that was a great drive for us. We talked about how, it looked like JA was going to kind of run away with the game, pick up 7 points, and we took a lot of time off the clock as well. We get a hold right here. Jackson Academy will receive the football to start the second half, but big defensive stance now for the Bobcats.
So Waits will tee the ball up at dead center of the 40-yard line. And I can't tell you how important it is to get a touchback right here.
That's right. JA has such dangerous return men.
They've only got one special teams touchdown on the year, and it was a punt return by guess who?
Probably Maxwell.
Cooper Maxwell, you're right. Waits will send this one off. This was a wobbly kick into the end, bouncing at the 15. Will go into the hands of Maxwell at the 5. Up the far sideline and forced out of bounds. Shy of the 25. On the tackle was number 26, Dustin Webster. My apologies, that was Patrick Irizarry, the senior on the special teams play. 23-yard line is where they say he stepped out of bounds with 9:17 remaining here in the first half.
Well, we've seen Jay run the ball first possession. We've seen him pass the ball. We better be ready for everything here.
And both successful as their drives have both gone for 6 points.
That's correct.
We mentioned those extra points might come back to haunt Jay. They go I formation here. Give to the fullback Reed. He'll get a couple and be down at the 25. Just barely crossed the 25. Allen Winford there on the stop.
Bobcat fans crossing their fingers for a turnover here. It'd be great to have a change of swing right here with a big turnover.
We mentioned the 2 near interceptions on that last drive that saw J.A. go in for a touchdown. Chris Herron getting some play here at defensive back. He's the deep safety on this play. I formation for Jackson Academy. Quick slant is batted down by Stephen Jones.
Nice play. He had a receiver open and flat.
Intended for David Ford, the man who caught the touchdown earlier. Jones read the quarterback the whole way, leapt up and batted that one down. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
Shell does have 3 interceptions on the year, so have you seen tonight? He had 2 more tonight as well.
8:39 remaining in the first half of play. We'll go shotgun. 3 receivers in a bunch to the near side, 1 to the far side. Rolling to the bunch side is Shell, looking, throwing sideline. Tyler Young's got an interception at the 35. Down the sideline, out at the 25. Tyler Young, there's that turnover we talked about, Matthew.
That's the turnover we needed. And not only a turnover, but what great field position now.
And the PCS sidelines have, from what we see, have erupted.
PCS finally has a little life back in their system here with a big turnover.
Back in business. Ball inside the JA 25. Patterson is by himself in the shotgun. They'll shift out. He's got slot receivers to the far side. Island will get the handoff out of the gun. Running right across the 20 to about the 19. Good yardage there. A gain of about 6 on the play for Fate Island.
Nathan, we're starting to see the PCS offensive line starting to get some penetration here, creating some holes for the running backs. Earlier on, looked like JA was more dominant up front. PCS starting to get a little push.
Approaching the 8-minute mark in the second quarter. PCS trying to drive in, take the go-ahead score before the half. Well, I tell you, Matthew, JA may have a jumbotron and a turf field and all this nice stuff, but one thing PCS has over them, we've got play clocks that we can see. Under 10 on the play clock. Give the island, he laterals in reverse to Jones, and Jones is dropped by Colin Welsh for a loss back to the 21-yard line. Nothing doing there. Great pursuit by the Raider defenders.
Yeah, really good open field tackle right there.
3rd and 7. Upcoming.
36, ball at the Raiders 21.
With 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, across town, Prep and MRA are now tied at 7.
If you remember, Nathan, Jackson Prep blew MRA out the first game of the season.
Timeout, PCS.
Coach Hawkins want to talk about it. Want to make sure we get the right play here.
Definitely want to take advantage when you're in this close. We'll pause and take the break with them. You're watching PCS football on the Bobcats Sports Network. We're back on a 3rd and 6. PCS has the ball deep in JA territory, trailing 12-7 to the number 2 ranked Raiders. Rolling right is Patterson, looking. Got a flag behind the play. Patterson throws along the sidelines. Young brings it in, taps the toes. It's complete.
Might have a holding call here, though.
That's usually in the area of a hold. Flag is resting back at the 30-yard line behind where the play occurred. The white hat threw the flag and jogged all the way down to make sure the spot was made. The play was complete down to the 7-yard line. It'll be a false start on PCS.
I think that's a whistle blown dead.
Well, I take that back. You can't fault. It can't be a false start. It'll be an illegal formation. The
Coach
only
Hawkins
way
is pretty upset about that.
The only way that play could have occurred was an illegal formation or an illegal formation. So that is the indication.
Wow, what a big play, too. That negates our first down.
That would have been a 1st and goal at the 7-yard line, under 7 minutes before the half. Officials still conferencing. I mean, looks like they're ready to mark it off. It'll be a 3rd and long. The illegal formation penalty.
False start moves the football back to the 26-yard line.
Ball back to the 26. It'll be 3rd and 11. And again, JA very rarely gives up 3rd down conversions. 32% on the year, and PCS is 2 of 4 on the night. So we're above average for JA standards, but still, you want to do more than 50% on your 3rd down plays. Patterson rolls right, looking. He'll tuck it and run, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Pressure applied. That was K.C. Lucius, the outstanding defensive tackle.
That was a smart play by Daniel. Jay had us well defended downfield. We definitely don't want to turn over. Just gain some positive yards there.
Patterson had a man coming open near the end zone, but he just didn't have the time to loft it up. And Troy Waits will tee up a field goal. They'll mark the ball between the 32 and 33. We'll call this a 43-yard field goal. He's 2 of 4 on the year. This one looks good from here. We'll see what the officials say. Plenty of leg.
It's good. 3
points for number 3. Waits. 43 yards away is true, and we're scored now 12-10. We've got a whole new ball game.
That's right. A lot of life now on the PCS sidelines.
It's a 2-point game as Waits connects there on his third field goal of the season, his longest by far. And with 5 minutes to play, 5:40 to play here, we're at 12-10 at 5 minutes even to play in Flowood. Still 7-7 between the Patriots. They got the Patriot Bowl and the non-Patriot Bowl tonight in the MAIS semifinals. It was 2 years ago that MRA upset Jackson Prep and went on to face these Raiders in what was their second of 3 consecutive titles. Last year, Jackson Prep defeated MRA. JA defeated PCS and moved on, and JA defeated the Patriots of Jackson Prep for the 3rd consecutive as this Troy Waits kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback. 5:40 to play here from the Brickyard. And while I've got a moment, I want to recognize one more supporter who's making this game possible for us, and that is the Paw Print Store. If you're around PCS and want to show off your Bobcat gear and don't have much or want to get a new shirt or a new cap or anything to support your Bobcats, go by the Paw Print Store. They'll set you up there with all your black and blue for the whole year through.
Nathan, Mr. Gary Cooper exclusively shops at the Paw Print.
That should say enough. If you're good enough to get the business of Gary Cooper, that's a fine establishment. Maxwell on the carry, gains 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line. Go back to the eye. Reed is the fullback. They give to this is Guy left side. Guy's got a hole. He cuts, makes one man miss. Cutting back, another man miss. He's got a blocker out in front, but Stephen Jones will force him out inside the 25. Big run there from Nick Guy. He made 2 men miss in the open field. And with 5 minutes to play here, JA is back in business.
Well, Jackson Academy is used to having their way. We know they're going to make a play. Now it's just our time to respond and return the favor.
Well, Coach Hawkins mentioned 2 keys in the pregame. Well, one was take care of the football. What was number 2?
Number 2 was to watch out for Maxwell.
Well, you got to tackle.
That's right.
2 missed tackles on that play give a big gain to JA, and now they're in the shotgun with 2 tight ends. And Maxwell is in formation with Shell. He'll get the handoff. Pausing, now going middle, and Micah Griffin wraps him up as he crosses the 30-yard line. Gain of about a half a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9.
PCS is just thinking, keep the Raiders out of the end zone, whatever we do.
He'll send 2 receivers to the left. That's Lewis and Reed. Maxwell's off his left shoulder. You've got Carmody and Ford to the right. Shell looking to throw a quick slant. That's Reed. Tripped up by, that's Wilson Benton. Oh, excuse me, Chris Herron. Chris Herron makes the tackle. It'll be a gain of 7 on the play to about the 18-yard line. 3rd and 3 for the Raiders. 4 to play.
Seeing a lot more balanced attack from JA this time around compared to the first game in Hattiesburg.
In all fairness, when you don't have your starting quarterback, you tend to be run heavy. This is Reed in motion. They give middle Maxwell on the counter, and he gets to the 15-yard line. It'll depend on the spot. Yard to gain was the 25, or excuse me, the 15, and that's where the official's spotting it. Should be a first down, depending on where the nose of the ball is. They're going to call for measurement. It depends on exactly where they set that football down. 3:36 is showing on the 2nd quarter clock as we get a measurement here. I think he's got enough for a first down. By the nose of the football. I mean, the tip of the nose of the football.
It was right on the 15.
I don't know if one of those chain links might have been twisted there. I don't know, but it was very close. It'll be first and 10 at the 15 for the Raiders.
got to give Jackson Academy a lot of credit for fighting back here after PCS scored 10 unanswered.
They'll go shotgun with 3 receivers to the left of Shell. Single man in motion, that's Reed. They'll give it to him on the speed sweep. Excuse me, that's Maxwell, I'm sorry. Maxwell, but he's tripped up. Tyler Young and Robbie Morgan get to the edge and allow no more yardage for Maxwell. Gain of, we'll call it 1. Well, guard it 2. Gain of 2 on the play.
Got a really nice block by 28, Cooper Reed.
Clock ticks under 3 minutes. In the second quarter, they go back to the I. Reed and Guy behind Shell. Carmody, the tight end to the right. They give middle to Guy. He got him here. Let's see what they can do with it. And he is spun down at about the 10. Griffin, Zach Buffkin, Dakota Harvey, all there in the pile.
PCS got to get really stingy right here.
3rd and 5 at the 10-yard line.
Can hold to a field goal.
Raiders can get a first down at the 5-yard line. They empty the formation, 5 wide receivers in the shotgun for Shell. And they bring a man back in motion. Shell will keep it left side, trying to get to the edge. Coming up to make the tackle. Huge play there. Wilson Benton sheds a block and brings down Shell 2 yards short of the first down. Big play there from Wilson.
I tell you, if he doesn't do that, I'm pretty sure Jackson Academy's in the end zone.
It's 4th and 2. We've got a timeout on the field.
Be real interested to see what Coach Sykes decides to do here on 4th down.
So JA calls a timeout. I believe that's their second called timeout of the half. Just under 2 minutes to play. It'll be interesting to see here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he went for it. Jay's had success in short yardage situations. They have that big offensive line. They are at home. There's not a whole lot of time on the clock, so if they were to not make it, they do have PCS pinned way back with only 1:50. Of course, it's always nice to have points on the board as well.
Absolutely. The only lost yardage plays in the run game for JA have been at the edges. So you got to think Cooper Reed, Nick Guy, right up the middle. And this is Duncan this is Cooper Reed territory. I mean, Reed on the year, he's got 4 rushing touchdowns in all from within here. Nick Guy with 13 touchdowns, but you got to think fullback here. Maxwell and Reed are the running backs in the game right now, and I see a lot of beef in there for JA.
Yeah, Coach Sykes, like we thought, he's going to go for it. He's going to trust his offensive line here to get the first down. Big play right here for Coach Farrell's defense.
They go shotgun with Maxwell. Bunch to the left. They go option right. Shell will keep it and cruise into the end zone. He juked out Robbie Morgan, the defensive end, and waltzed into the end zone untouched. Jay Shell stakes his Raiders to an 18-10 lead here just before the half.
Yeah, PCS went pitch man all the way. Cost us right there.
It's an excellent read by the quarterback Shell. You don't see a lot of option from JA, but they flex a little bit of the option muscle there and go in for 6. Arnold is 0 for 1 on extra points in the night. He'll be in to kick this one. This one wobbly and left and sneaks inside the left upright to move to 19-10. Jay with a now 2-score lead over your Bobcats.
Well, looks like a Mercedes in the parking lot took a football to the hood. Sorry about that, Raider fans.
Well, the minute 47 in the half, trailing by 9. What do you think Coach Hawkins will look to do here? Air it out or stick to what's got him here kind of applauding? He's got 2 timeouts left. What would you expect to see here?
I think it's going to depend on where we start the football. If we have a touchback or we don't have a big return here, you might see Coach Hawkins just be conservative and go in. If we get a big return, we get short fieldage. Hey, I think he'll use those timeouts and, see if we can't make something happen here in the last few minutes.
The only kickoff from Arnold that wasn't a touchback, Norton took at the 1 and went all the way out near the 40. And if one man doesn't trip him up there, he goes for 6.
Exactly. We started the 40 again. I don't see any reason why Coach Hawkins wouldn't try to make something happen here before halftime.
Arnold will tee the ball on the far hash at the 40. Approach and kick. This one will be short. It'll come down to Island at the 10. He'll race up the middle. Caught from behind. Tackle made by number 47. That's Luke Ross. He's across the 30 to the 32. So the Bobcats sit 68 yards away with 1:40 to play in the second quarter.
Probably see what happens here on first down if we can pick up some yardage. To kind of depend on what our strategy will be. The rest depend on what happens here on first down.
I can't judge from the personnel he's got on. He's got Rand Henderson, a wide receiver, Stephen Jones, Micah Griffin, and Tyler Young. So we may see some, we'll see two receivers come to the near side. That's Henderson and Jones. Jones in the slot. Norton is off the left shoulder of Patterson with Young split all the way out to the right side of the formation. Fake the handoff, looking to throw is Patterson. Down the middle, he's got Jones leaping. Jones, I don't think he got a good eye on the football. Excellent pass there from Patterson, goes incomplete. Stephen Jones brings that one in. I may be still screaming.
That's exactly right. Well, we see what Coach Hawkins' idea is. Jackson Academy gets the football, to start the half. So we'll see if we can't drive the ball down the field here.
Cygers and Island will come on and spell Norton and Griffin.
Really the last thing we want. We just don't want Jay to get a turnover here for quick points. Clock's our friend right now. We're okay.
They go back to the Hawk. Send Jones in motion and give it to him speeding across the right side. He's dropped there. KC Lucius and Wyatt Powell there on the stop. That is Lucius. Thought I had a number backwards there. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 7.
I thought we might see Coach Sykes use a timeout there, but with him getting the ball back in the lead, he's just going to let it
two-score
go
lead
ahead
and
roll.
the ball next. Yeah, let this one go on down. Morgan and Griffin will both check in. Those are two tight ends. Most likely see a run and try to get to the half unscathed here. As they go back to the two tight end Hawk now. Jones in motion. Counter it back to Island. He's at 45 across the 50, and that first down with 43 seconds left might change the thought process.
Exactly right.
Clock stops to reset the chains at 42 seconds. 2 timeouts left for Coach Hawkins.
They quickly call the play in.
They'll hustle to the line of scrimmage to go shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Patterson will look right. Looking to throw. He'll throw back across the middle of the field, intercepted by Berry. Sam Berry ranging back. Ill-advised throw by Patterson back to the middle of the field. And just like you said, a turnover at midfield.
Yeah, luckily for us, there's only 25 seconds left. That only translates into 2 or 3 plays for the Raiders. Maybe we keep them out of field goal range here.
Right there, you just got to throw that football away. Throw that one away and live to fight another down. 25 seconds before the half. Jay has taken over at the 45-yard line, and they're not going to go quietly. Coach Sykes wants to try to drive a nail here. They'll go 5 wide for Shell. 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Shell will drop. Being pressured, hit and dropped by Allen Winford. Back at the 36-yard line. Robbie Morgan also there to pressure. And that will probably be the last play of the half. Coach Sykes will drop the headset and look to go into the half and recuperate. With a 19-10 lead here, that'll be the last play of the half. Horn sounds. We're at halftime here at the Brickyard. Your Bobcats trail the Raiders of Jackson Academy 19-10. We'll pause and reflect on the first half. Be back to bring you some stats, figures, and some diagnosis of what just took place in the first 24 minutes. You're watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network. We welcome you back here to the Brickyard on the campus of Jackson Academy. We're at halftime here in playoff action, the AAA State Semifinals, where your Bobcats have been pitted against the JA Raiders, the three-time defending state champions. Our score, as you see there, 19-10. PCS trailing here at the half. In the first half of play, we saw JA take their first two possessions and march to score two touchdowns. They had a missed extra point and a failed two-point conversion. Our score sat at 12-0 before PCS, after a Hunter Norton 35-yard kickoff return, was able to march down and score on a 9-yard hook and lateral play. Patterson to Henderson, finally to Jones, who runs it in. Our score was 12-7. Then after a big Nick Guy run, set up JA for a J-Shell option run touchdown. That moved the score to 19-10 after Troy Waits booted a 43-yard field goal. And that's where we sit at the half, 19-10. But Matthew, what did the first half tell us, and what should we look for in the second half as the Bobcats come out of the halftime locker room?
Well, I'll tell you, two good football teams here. The first thing it should tell us is, hey, we can play with these guys. You know what I mean? So at halftime, I'm sure Coach Hawkins is saying, guys, let's quit shooting ourselves in the foot. You know, we had the big penalty that negated our first down. We ended up kicking a field goal that could have been 7. We've had a couple of drop balls on defense. Have a couple of drop balls on offense. So I just say, hey, guys, you know, let's not shoot ourselves in the foot. You know, Coach Hawkins said to continue to take care of the football. We have one turnover right now. It was right before halftime. It didn't hurt us. That's going to be big. Can we take care of the football here in the second half? Secondly, we need to make the plays that are available. We talked about that earlier. We had some drop balls, had some opportunities. And Nathan, JA is such a stingy defense that when there is an opportunity, we really got to take advantage, because you don't really know, you know, how many opportunities we're going to get against a team like Jackson Academy. Number 3 is just continue to fight. I just love how PCS responded after going down 12-0. All the momentum for the Raiders. PCS drives down, long drive, accumulates into a touchdown. We get the ball back. We score a field goal. Hey, we're right in there. We're one score down. Jay does tack one on the end, but you can tell this PCS team is ready to fight, and they're here to play for 4 quarters.
You're absolutely right, Matthew. Missed opportunities, I think, is the theme of the halftime speech. I mean, in the last matchup to begin the season, PCS was up, I believe it was 7-0 or 14-0, or it was up big early, and was marching inside the 5-yard line and had a fumbled exchange and a handoff. JA took that, went down. It was 14-0 in the first half. Going in to score and making a 3-score lead, and then JA took that handoff, went 98 yards, or excuse me, that fumble went 98 yards and scored 14-7 going into the half. They would then respond to go on to, or it was 12-0, I'm sorry, 12-0, and PCS didn't score again. They were up 12-0. PCS was, and then JA rattled off 21 straight points to win that ball game way back in August.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You know, PCS has done some nice things. You know, we've had a couple of nice. Daniel Patterson has been very accurate so far. He needs to get some more help from his receivers. You know, offensive line started to kind of take control there in the second quarter. We continue to get the push. Coach Hawkins, I think Coach Hawkins has more plays in his pocket than any coach in America and more formations. So you know the Hawks going to put us in situations to succeed here in the second half.
Penalties in the first half. PCS with 2. We had the face mask penalty, which set JA up on their first scoring drive. Then you had the big illegal formation penalty on what would have been a big gainer down to the 7-yard line and giving PCS a 1st and goal, only trailing by 2 points, or excuse me, by 5 points. It was 12-7 at the time. Would have given PCS a chance to take the lead, but the illegal formation penalty pulled it back. PCS gets the 43-yard field goal. JA had the 1 penalty, was a false start, didn't really hurt them so much, but a fairly clean game, only 1 turnover, 3 penalties, no big mistakes, no big problems for either team so far. We haven't seen a lot of, or JA has seen big plays. PCS hasn't seen the big play come into fruition for them just yet. We had a big completion for about 25 yards, a nice run back on a kickoff, but no big offensive
had the big
plays.
interception.
The interception
defense,
was
which
a momentum
big play
changer.
for us.
That was the change in the first half. It was 12-0. JA had everything going their way. Tyler Young steps in front, makes the interception, returns it a little way, set up the score. It was 12-7, then 12-10, and he was the one that had the catch down there that would have set up first and goal had it not been for the illegal formation penalty. Tyler Young playing a well ball game so far tonight, as we're about a minute away from starting the second half. Both teams have made their way onto the field. JA stretching in their end zone. PCS has stretched in the end zone, made their way to the sideline, and the Raiders will receive the second half kickoff. PCS won the opening coin toss and chose to take the ball. Did not do anything in their first two possessions with 3 and outs. Or excuse me, they converted the third down, then punted on fourth down, and the next possession 3 and out, and got JA their 2-score lead early. And now we're set, ready to go begin the second half of play.
Nathan, I know in basketball we always talk about the start of the third quarter is huge. Those first couple of minutes, who's going to set the tone? We'll see that from both teams here, trying to just kind of gain that momentum back. In the first half, you saw JA early momentum, PCS late momentum, and then JA tacked on the touchdown. So these first couple minutes here, pivotal in who's going to take control of this football game. A lot of football left.
24 minutes to be exact to a state championship. JA trying to get there and win their 4th consecutive. PCS trying to make their first ever trip to a state championship in football.
That's right. The playoff win has been mysterious for PCS. We've been close. We haven't got it. This is our best chance, that we mentioned earlier. We talked earlier about how PCS has that confidence that they can get it done. We saw that as they continue to fight back in the first half. And let's see how we do on defense here, get the ball back. We've really moved the ball well against JA late in the second quarter, so we can continue see if we can continue that here in the third.
Back deep for JA, Maxwell and Guy. And Waits will send it away. He tees it up dead center of the hash marks on the X. He'll kick this one away. Wobbly kick will come down and bounce to the 12, high to Duncan Maxwell. He'll bring it back to the middle. Miss a blatant block in the back. Maxwell makes the kicker miss. It's a foot race. Lee Smith is the only one that has a chance to stop him. He won't do it. And Duncan Maxwell will go 90 yards. And, folks, I'm going to tell you, there was a blatant block in the back missed on that play. I don't usually speak out against the officials on air, but that was a blatant block in the back. I'm not sure who it was for PCS. I think it was Michael Patterson on the left side, just got shoved in the back as he approached Maxwell. And the 90-yard kickoff return for Maxwell goes for 6 points. Unfortunate.
Well, we started off slow in the first quarter. Unfortunately, here again, starting off slow in the third.
And Arnold's kick is good.
Duncan's just so dangerous. It might be we need to squib the ball or, try to just keep it away from him.
And the PCS sideline has fallen silent. 16 seconds into the second half, JA leads 26-10. That's only the second special teams touchdown of the year for Jackson Academy, and both of them coming from Duncan Maxwell. That's his longest return of the year. 92 officially. His longest previously was only 33 yards. Arnold sends this kick high and deep to Norton, a yard deep in the end zone for a touchback. We're going to have better kickoff play from Troy Waits the rest of the way.
Yeah.
Well, that hole just got a little bit deeper, Matthew.
I know, and I hate that for us because we did have so much momentum, in the first half. But there's still a lot of time left. He only ran, 16 seconds off the clock. So let's see if PCS continues to do a good job controlling the line of scrimmage, move the ball down the field, make something positive here, keep our heads in the game, and get after it.
They'll open under center with Island behind Sygrist. They give to Island up the middle. Racing his way across the 30, dragging Raiders down across the 35. Nice run there from Fate Island.
Yeah, like I said earlier, PCS is starting to kind of take control of the line of scrimmage, and if that's the case, we're going to be in business.
15-yard gain on first down. We give another first down for PCS. Huge drive right here. You don't want to say that you got to have a big momentum shift here this early, but you got to get some points on the board on this drive here. Down 16 points and have yet to stop JA. This is a handoff to Island up the middle again to the 43-yard line, and a flag comes in late right at the end of the tackle. Looks like that may be a face mask.
I think so.
A personal foul face mask against the Raiders.
Yeah, could have used that yellow about 40 seconds ago, but we'll take it.
So add 15 to the end of the Fate Island run, and they'll march the ball into Raider territory. With just over 11 to play, the ball at the JA 42-yard line. They'll send Jonathan Burks wide to the right side of the formation. They'll go split backs with Jones flanking the right tight end Robbie Morgan. They give to Island, heading right, cutting back middle now, across the 40 to the 39. Officially marked down at the 38. So a 4 or 5 yard gain.
That's 3 times in a row. We're just taking chunks of yardage every time. PCS offensive line, we can't congratulate them enough right now in this drive. They're just taking control of the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 6. Upcoming for the Bobcats.
Right here, the main thing to do is just focus. Don't panic. Don't look at the scoreboard. Just do your job right here, and we'll be okay.
Same formation. Looking to pass is Patterson. Throws the quick out to Henderson. High and wide, incomplete at the 30-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 6.
That's one of the only passes that Daniel has not been perfect on tonight. He had the one pick that he rushed earlier, and that pass was a little high. Everything else, he's been spot on. It's a big down for PCS right here, 3rd and 6. You're down a couple scores here. We really need to convert here on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 6, they'll send Tyler Young wide to the right. Tight ends are Griffin and Winford. I formation with Island. Young comes in motion. They give middle Island. He's got the first down across the 25-yard line. That's where he's dropped. Nice run there by Fate Island. Ball up to the 24.
Yeah, had a nice cutback. That was something that when he did get injured, with his knee, how can he cut? How can he move? What kind of burst can he develop? And he looks fine right there. Nice move by Fate.
Under 10. They go back to the 2 tight end Hawk formation here. Sygrist behind Patterson. They'll send, this is Fate Island in motion. Counter back to Jones. Up the middle, across the 20, the 15, and down at the 11-yard line is Stephen Jones.
51 saves a touchdown there by Stephen.
Matt Smith, they call him the Will linebacker. Excuse me, Sam Thomas is the Sam linebacker. Huh. That's pretty happy coincidence there.
That's right.
It'll be 1st down and 10 at the 12-yard line. PCS can gain a first down to 2. They go back to the eye with Broadhead in front of Island. 2 tight ends. Receiver right is Young. He comes in motion. They give it to him on the end around, trying to get to the edge. Outrunning the defense and finally forced out. It'll be close. I think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Tyler Young.
He did, and dove out of bounds. Nice run there by Tyler to get what he could. Gain of about 4 on the play. Looked like he was going to get dropped for about a loss or a minimal gain. He turned at the last second and leaned forward and was pushed out at the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 for PCS.
Bobcats got to come away with a touchdown right here.
This is Lee Sigers territory, and he is the I-back behind Broadhead. Burks comes in motion. They give Sigers middle. Looked like he hit his own man and was forced down. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5. Sam Rayburn and Casey Lucius combine on the stop. 3rd and 5. Sigers will stay in at fullback. Island will be the I-back this time. They'll send Rand Henderson wide to the far side of the formation. Tight end right is Winford, left is Griffin. Patterson under center. 8:40 and counting. Rolling right is Patterson, looking. He's got Griffin at the goal line. Patterson's going to keep it. He's forced out inside the 1. It's enough for a first down, and he's very close.
What a great decision by Daniel, because J.A. had the play covered up in the end zone, just using his feet there to create a first down. And now Coach Hawkins is thinking one thing, let's punch it in. Field goal right here doesn't do us a whole lot of good, whereas a touchdown gets us right back into the game.
Ball is right at the 1-yard line on the far hash. 1st and goal at the 1, 8:28. The clock is stopped as Patterson was knocked out of bounds. Henderson will be the split out to the near side. They'll go I formation with Island and Sigrist, 2 tight ends. Seen a lot of that this drive, almost exclusively. Give us a Sigrist plunging into the end zone. Touchdown, Bobcats.
Nathan, I just love how PCS has that. They continue to fight. You know what I mean? Jay comes out, big run. It's easy for us to say, oh, woe is me, but we don't. You know, we continue to fight, and that's a lesson for all the athletes out there. Hey, y'all fight. Keep fighting, guys.
A 3-minute and 22-second drive, and PCS has answered. It's a 26-16. Looks like the offense is staying on the field here for a 2-point conversion to get this game to
that would be a 1 score.
Point.
That's right. See if we see a little bit of Coach Hawkins' trickeration here.
They'll go power I with Burks and Jones as the fullbacks. They fake it, rolling. Jones is in the end zone. He's got it. 2 points.
He dialed it up.
He came wide open in the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. 26-18. And I'm seeing Bobcats on the field, but I think it's Rocky Balboa over there to the Apollo Creed a little bit here. I don't know. I'd say the final.
That's right. We're just going to keep swinging, baby. Keep swinging and see what happens.
Apollo keeps punching, but Rocky keeps bouncing back.
Mentioned David and Goliath. We'll see how many stones we got left in our pouch.
Nice. Very good. 8:22 left in the 3rd quarter. PCS trails by only 8 now. The 3-time defending AAA State Champions, Jackson Academy.
And then, you know, Jackson Academy is ahead on the scoreboard, but I'm going to be honest with you, after watching that drive, you know, we kind of have control. We have control of the line of scrimmage. We're moving the ball. We're really doing what we want to do on offense right now. We're in a good spot. We need to get a stop right here and continue to let our offense just drive the ball right down the Raiders' throats, basically.
The last 30 minutes of this ball game are going to come down to turnovers and stops. Who can get the most? Because offenses are doing what they came to do.
Exactly
this
right.
Kickoff comes down to Guy at the 4. Comes up the right sideline. Patterson hits him and drops him as he crosses the 30-yard line. Good return, however. J.A. will be set up at the 33 on this drive. Each team has 1 turnover, an interception. 8:15 to play, 3rd quarter. Raiders have their truly their first offensive possession as they fielded the second half kick right at 92 yards to pay dirt. And guess who there is at tail? That's Guy at tailback. I think Maxwell's still tired from that kickoff return. They give it to Guy, countering left. He's got a lead man in front. Harvey chases him down from behind and hits him at the 40-yard line. Drags man to the 42. Good run there on first down by Nick Guy. It'll be 2nd and 3. They'll send Lewis and Ford as receivers to the far side. Tight end to the right is Carmody. An I formation behind Shell. Same play, left Guy again. He hit in the backfield. Micah Griffin hits him and spins him down. Big contact there.
Nathan, how many times in the last couple of years have you seen Micah come up, plug that hole, and make a huge solo tackle for us?
There was a lot of concern over the offseason, the summer, as that middle linebacker position is manned by for 3 years, and an excellent job by Blake Graves. And without him in the middle, they wondered how this PCS defense would hold up. But I have to say, Micah Griffin has done an excellent job in his senior campaign. They'll flip the formation again. 3rd and 2. Up the middle, this is Reed, hit at the 45. He's got first down yardage, pushes forward to the 49-yard line.
I tell you, Reed did a good job right there, just keeping his feet moving. He probably gained 4 extra yards there just from effort.
It'll be a first down for JA, just shy of midfield. .649 and counting. 3rd quarter. PCS trying to get a stop here and set up what could be a tying score and work their way to an upset. Shell looking to pass on play action. Throws it short. He's got his tight end crossing. That's Lewis. Lewis at the 20. Tyler Young tackles him at the 15-yard line. The underneath route by Bradley Lewis is good for a big gainer.
Perfect pass by Shell, too, right in stride. Big play for the Raiders.
They ran a man deep forward on the play action pass. The safety went with him. Underneath was wide open. The linebackers came up. Safeties went back on the play action. And big gainer. 36 yards on the connection to Lewis. They go split backs here. This is Maxwell up the middle. Cutting out to the sideline. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Raiders.
This game's starting to have a little Germantown flavor to it here. Both teams scoring quick here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's a matter of who's going to have the ball. Like I said, who's going to get turnovers, who's going to get stops. Because the team that does that has the advantage here because both these teams' offenses are marching up and down the field like the drill teams at halftime.
They are.
So 6:10 on the clock, 3rd quarter. JA has scored. And they'll bring A.J. Arnold in for the extra point. Lead is at 14 right now. I want to chase points at this point. Get what you can. Arnold's been close. He's missed one and been close on a couple. And JA's got to burn a timeout on an extra point attempt.
Wrong personnel. Coach Sykes is having a little chat with somebody on the sideline.
We'll use the timeout to update you from across town in Flowood. Prep has just taken a 16-7 lead with 5:27 left in the 3rd quarter over at Madison Ridgeland Academy.
Need to try to check in and see if we can get some D2 updates as well.
Haven't seen anything from Senatobia or from Pelahatchie tonight.
A.J. Arnold attempting the point after out of the hole to Nick Conway and the snap of Nick Guy.
We'll see if we can't get those scores to you for Division II.
Extra point here for Jackson Academy.
Definitely high enough. Sends that one off the hood of a pickup truck. It's good, and our score 33-18 JA. Trying to find the score for you here. The last score I've got from East Rankin. East Rankin leads 14-7 with 5:45 left in the third quarter over Heritage. And at the end of 3 quarters in Senatobia, Magnolia Heights leads Starkville 26-7, as that seems to be the one game that is out of reach at this point.
Tell you, Magnolia Heights is playing some really good football right now.
Arnold will approach for the kickoff. Gets a big step back this time and lead to kick this one deep. Island and Norton wait at the 4. This was a low line drive. It'll bounce at the 8 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Tell you, you got to think, you got to go back to the special teams play here. On the kickoffs, Arnold has sent everyone to the goal line or deeper. He had one to the 10-yard line, the last one. And then Troy Waits has only had one touchback so far.
Yeah, Troy has done such a good job all year, too, as far as doing a good job on the kicking team. So maybe he can step it up here in the waning minutes and keep the ball away from J.A. speedy return guys.
Jay leads by 15 points with 6 to play in the third quarter. They go I formation here. 2 tight ends almost used this formation exclusively on the last drive. This is Sygrist. Bounces off one man. Gives a stiff arm at the 35, the 40. Got a face mask flag coming in behind the play. Lee Sygrist dragging Raiders across the 45. Big run there from the fullback. Best run of the night from Sygrist. Ball will be spotted at the JA 44. You're going to attack 15 on the end of that.
Yeah, flags everywhere.
Ball will be inside the JA 30-yard line when all is said and done.
PCS on the move again.
So just like that, in 11 seconds, PCS on one run, by virtue of one run and a penalty, has moved 51 yards.
First down, Bobcats. Ball is away to 29.
36-yard run, 15-yard penalty. PCS ball, 29-yard line of JA. They go Hawk formation. Send Jones in motion. Patterson rolling, and he will be sacked in the backfield for a loss. Matt Smith shot the gap, dropped Patterson for a big loss there.
I tell you, we're lucky Daniel held onto the ball. He had no clue he was coming behind him.
Smith, the will linebacker from his weak side position, is there. Huge play and loss back to the 36-yard line. 7-yard loss. It'll be second and we'll call it 18 as the ball is between the 36 and 37-yard line. Back to the 2 tight I formation. Young is your split out. They'll bring him in motion. Give up middle to Island. Island big gainer to the 25, and Jackson Academy can't seem to solve this 2 tight end I formation.
PCS has so many weapons offensively. You have to account for Island. You have to account for Sygrist. So, who's going to get it? Who's going to get it with the speed sweep coming around? We've seen Stephen Jones take it. Coach Hawkins doing a good job mixing up who gets the football, and then our running backs doing a good job just hitting the hole hard.
Jay will bring in Claiborne, the big defensive tackle, to try to plug a hole in the middle. It's 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6, big third down here for PCS. You got to get into the end zone.
And Coach Hawkins might even be thinking 2-down territory right here.
They need the 19-yard line for a first down. Lone back is Sygrist. They'll motion him out and empty the backfield. Passing situation. Patterson pressure, and he goes down at the 36-yard line.
Nathan, we've had great protection all night, and on that sequence, 2 sacks, forcing us into a uncomfortable situation here on 4th down.
And this one's a little outside the range of Troy Waits. A field goal from here would be over 50 yards. Or right at 50, a 49-yarder. Be 4th and 12. And offense will stay on the field. I think this is the right call given the situation.
Yeah, it is. We've had trouble stopping J.A. anyhow.
On 4th downs on the year, J.A. has only given up 47%, 8 of 17 on the season. They go to the Hawk with 2 tights. Jones in motion. They'll counter it back to Island Middle. Weaving his way, makes a man miss, and crawls his way to the 25. He doesn't have the first down, gains about 5 on the play. Ball goes over on downs as the Raider defense holds and takes over at their own 25.
Well, Nathan, you mentioned which team can get stops. That is the first stop of the 3rd quarter. PCS desperately needing a stop of their own here.
I'd prefer a turnover.
I would too.
3:05 remaining 3rd quarter. Ball resting just shy of the 25-yard line. They'll send David Ford to the near side. Bradley Lewis, who caught a big pass, to the near side. I formation. Gives the fullback read. He's hit by Dakota Harvey and stacked up there for a short gain of about 3 on the play. J.A. very content to run the ball and run clock right here. Clock is their friend for sure.
Yeah, PCS forced a 3 and out right here. We'll be right back in business, but as you mentioned, clock is rolling.
It's a 2-possession lead for the Raiders. They counter left. This is Maxwell trying to get to the edge. He gets there. Tyler Young trying to chase him down the sideline. Duncan Maxwell will be tripped up. Tyler Young, all effort there, and on the tackle, looks like he rolled his ankle.
Yeah, 62 got, that looks like Evans Wilkerson, just enough block on Micah to spring the running back free.
Well, Coach Hawkins talked about it. Can't let 27 get loose for big plays, and there he gets another one.
Touchdown here by the Raiders. Bobcats are digging themselves a hole that we may not be able to come out of if we allow them to score here.
I haven't seen many Jackson Academy games, but I know that early on in the year they wanted to focus on Guy and Reed in the backfield. Maxwell was a slot guy, special teamer kind of guy. But midway through the year when Jay kind of hit a slow patch, Heritage gave him a scare here at the yard, and they decided, you know what, this guy's too talented not to get the ball in his hands. And I got to give, especially the second half of the season MVP, if not the MVP of their season, is got to be Duncan Maxwell.
Just the individual touchdowns he has is remarkable.
This is Guy right side. Morgan trying to strip the ball loose. Guy does a good job holding on to it. Down to the 12. Excuse me, the 7. Down to the 7. Under 2 to play, 3rd quarter. He had 20 touchdowns coming into the night, did Maxwell. Excuse me, 21.
Well, he's added one with the kickoff return.
They go shotgun here with 2 tight ends, Shell and Maxwell. Zone read, counter left. He's got room in front, trying to get there, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown Raiders. 6-yard touchdown by Duncan Maxwell. Then J.A. has a now 3-score lead. You got to think that might be over the top.
Yeah, we're going to need some things to really go our way right here, Nathan. We've kind of dug ourselves a hole. Coach Hawkins talked about tackling. He talks about making big plays when they present themselves, and we just haven't done that here in the third.
I tell you what, watching A.J. Arnold kick extra points is an adventure.
He's such a great kicker. Especially on his kickoffs. I mean, every one of them goes in the end zone, but yet he can barely get the ball over the goalpost there.
That one rolls over the crossbar.
Very surprising.
For the 40th point of the night for JA. And again, PCS only averaged giving up about 18 points a ball game. JA well above that. Arnold, phenomenal soccer player, all-state soccer player. Gotta believe he's got college scholarships, and I don't see very much soccer influence in the way this man kicks. But, hey, he's been effective. He's missed one extra point. Everything else has been excellent. Extra kickoffs into the end zone.
Yeah, he looked like he towed that one.
And as you mentioned, Matthew, PCS is going to have to get the train rolling here in a hurry.
Yeah, we now have two enemies. We have, of course, Jackson Academy, but now the clock's also not on our side either.
Again, both these teams average 34.6 points on the year. JA has surpassed that. PCS is about halfway there. Norton and Island, the familiar deep backs on kick return. This Arnold kick will be high end over end. Now the Norton at the 1. He's had one good return tonight. This is another pretty good one across the 30, and before he's finally stacked up the 31-yard line. So decent field position for the Bobcats to start, trying to claw their way out of a 22-point deficit. With a minute 9 remaining third quarter, PCS is going to need some quick scoring and to force some action on defense.
Nathan, there's a reason that JA's won 44 out of the last 46 games. They're a really good football team.
They've showed it here tonight. Burks is the motion man. They give fullback Sigris. He's hit, bounces off, still running up near the 40-yard line. And PCS has been very successful out of this two-tight I formation. It's just that it takes a lot of time, and time is one thing they don't have right now.
That's right. We're going to take yards any way we can get them, but it'd be nice if we could get a quick score, maybe look for an onside kick, get the ball back, hope for a turnover, get ourselves back in the game here, because 22 points, that's 3 scores, 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in the ball game. Not a whole lot of time left.
Back to the I. Counter right is Island. He's hit, goes forward. He's got the first down, it appears. Tell you what, Fate Island doesn't fall backward very much. I've noticed that in his sophomore season. Just a sophomore. It's hard to believe that watching him play.
That's good news for all the Bobcat fans. Good to see him in blue and white for a while.
It is a first down, and we're under 30 seconds in the third quarter remaining.
You see now JA's defense, they're giving a little more cushion. They're okay with 2 or 3, 4 yards. They just don't want to give up a quick score here.
Still no deep safety. Everyone's within 8 yards of the ball. Island breaks free here, and one man tripped him up. Trying to get a number on that defensive back. That was Hayes Walker, the middle linebacker, and the leading tackler for this Raider squad. And that horn will signify the end of the third quarter. After 3, your Bobcats trail 40-18. We'll be back to bring you the fourth and final quarter. After this, you're watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network. We're back for the first play of the fourth quarter. Your Bobcats have the ball at the 48-yard line, trying to cross into Raider territory. Trailing big here late in this game. They give to Sigrist. He's hit at the line and gets no farther. A wall of blue there.
Sigrist slow to get up.
Well, he had big Jamal Claiborne laying on top of him. I can imagine why.
Yeah, I think we'd be slow to get up too.
If we get up at all.
Jamal's at 6'4", 320 pounds, headed into Bulldog country pretty soon.
I welcome him with open arms and maroon up there. It's 3rd and 4. And everything's 4-down territory now if you're PCS. They go to the Hawk. That's Jones in motion. Counter trap to Island. Been good all night. He's got the first down up to the JA 45. It'll move the chains on 3rd and medium distance.
That's definitely been our most successful play all night. You got to wonder if we're going to see Daniel start airing the ball out a little bit here, down 22.
I'll tell you, these JA defensive backs are well coached, well versed, and very solid and fundamental. They don't give up big plays. The reason that the one passing play for a touchdown, it was the old hook and lateral. So they gave up the short completion, then hit the running man underneath. 1st and 10 at the 45. Give the Sigrist middle this time in the Hawk. He bounces off one defender and makes his way up to the JA 42 for about a 4-yard gain there. Interesting stat, JA by quarter only gives up 23 total points in the 1st and 3rd quarter. 2nd and 4th quarters, however, they've given up a total of 125 points on the year. So vulnerable in those even number quarters.
Right, we talked about how the 1st and 3rd is so important.
Rolling is Patterson, throwing in the flat to Jones. He's got him, making a one-handed catch is Stephen Jones across the 35 to the 34-yard line.
What an athletic play, hanging onto the ball. Had a defensive back hanging all over him.
Good coverage, but Jones makes the catch, moves the chains.
I figured we see Daniel start passing the ball a little bit here.
Well, J.A. was definitely playing that counter trap back to the weak side. He had a wall of blue jerseys head that way, and Patterson rolled clean to the near sideline.
That's been the old bread and butter for us tonight.
Well, here's your shotgun with Norton off his left shoulder. 2 receivers left, 1 right, tight end right. Rolling left, throwing into the flat to Jones. Jones slips and goes down at the 31. Had nobody near him.
Probably looking at a first down there if he can keep his footing. If you remember the first game against JA, everybody had trouble keeping their footing. We
had about a foot of rain in a short period of time.
That's right. We had rain for hours upon hours. We all sat in the parking lot waiting for the lightning to stop.
Back to the shotgun. Rand Henderson and Stephen Jones right, Tyler Young far left. Haven't seen a lot of Chris Addison tonight. I wonder why that is. Flat to Jones. Makes the man miss the 25. Inside the 20, weaving.
Nice
He'll go into
cut.
the end zone. Touchdown, Stephen Jones.
What a beautiful cutback by Stephen. Looked like a sure tackle. 1 cut into the end zone. We'll be looking for possibly a 2-point conversion here and then right into onside kick here for the Bobcats.
Trail by 16. I would think you would see a 2-point conversion here. Well, Waits will come on. It's the 2 score no matter how you slice it. So you want 16, 15, 14. You 16 on the miss, 15 on this kick, and then 14 if you were to make this. So it's still 2 score after this. Kick is up and good.
And the same car gets another football on top of the hood.
Tell you what, that must be the last parking spot filled here at JA. You're the last man to show up. You park here and get pelted with footballs.
If you notice, right behind the goalpost, there's actually an empty spot right there.
So if these kickers were as accurate as they have been in the past.
See if we can get Patrick to pan over and show you that that spot that's open. Can you zoom in, Patrick? Patrick doing a great job tonight on our camera.
There you see the vacant spot where the kicks normally land, but tonight, an anything but normal kicking game. So your Bobcats have trimmed the lead a little bit, 40-25.
Nathan, we haven't stopped Jay one time in the second half. We have to have a stop here. Look for an onside kick here by the Bobcats.
Well, Waits is going back deep. If they do an onside kick, it'll be the old kicker will nub it forward and then try to fall on it. He does it, and PCS falls on it.
Very nicely executed.
I'll tell you what, I hope you saw that. Troy Waits swung the left foot and missed, and then hopped and kicked it with the right foot.
And there's life in Bobcat land again.
Ball crossed the 50, and PCS pounced on it. Not sure the man that fell on the football. I believe that was Cody Rosser or Michael Patterson. I'm not sure. Officials are discussing. It's first down PCS.
That's all right. It was 10 yards. With our kicking was maybe we should have onside kick in the first or second half, first or second quarter as well.
So 50 yards away, 9:13 remaining. The hole not so deep this time. Shotgun, 4 wide outs for Patterson. We'll see what the senior quarterback's got. What possibly the last 9 minutes of his football career. They throw the out, and Henderson. Both the defenders were bumped.
Right
tough play.
Possibly.
I don't know. Both defenders were making a break on the defender and the offensive player making a break on the ball. That wasn't a pass interference, I'll have to say. But I'm going to go back to the block in the back they missed. So I'm not going to let them off. I saved you, but I do remember. Claiborne will come off. Try to get more of a speed rush now. Under center with Island as the lone back. 3 receivers. Rolling right is Patterson. Throwing back screen to Island. He's got grass out in front. Gets a block from Cooper downfield. Sheds a block. Stiff arm to the 5, or the 15 rather. Finally spun down is Fate Island by Daniel Kennedy, saving a touchdown. But a huge call and play on the screen there from Coach Hawkins.
Wow, what a great individual play for Island as well, shedding 2 tacklers.
Got to shine the spotlight on left tackle Michael Cooper all the way downfield, shoving Raiders down. He got 2 blocks on that screen play. I wish we had a little instant replay to show you there.
Tell you what, Nathan, PCS gets the score right here. We're right back in the game.
Clock just runs under 9, 8:54, 8:53. They give middle to Sygrist at the 10. Down to the 5-yard line is Lee Sygrist.
I just love how this PCS team just continues to fight. It doesn't matter what the time is. It doesn't matter what the score is. They just continue to fight. There's something to be said about that. What big hearts on that Bobcat sideline.
Clawed their way down to the 5-yard line here, trying to cut it to a 1-score deficit. 2 tight ends, Hawk formation. As we approach 8 minutes left, they'll send Island in motion. Give is Sygrist, left side, he's in. Touchdown, PCS. Lee Sygrist.
Nathan, we got ourselves a ball game again.
I'm not sure what the odds makers made on the over under, but if you took the over, you're happy right now. 71 total points been put up between these two. And across town, only 30 as Prep leads MRA 23-7.
This is a huge extra point. This extra point will get us within a 1 score.
9-point lead as we stand. And this one is good. 40-32. JA leads. 8 minutes left. Hold your horses. We got a lot of football left. We're going to pause and take a break right here. You're watching PCS football on the Bobcat Football Network. We're back here with 8:11 left, possibly in the season. PCS just gets on the board, 40-32. JA leads. just got word from the sideline. We're wondering why we haven't seen senior defensive back and wide receiver Chris Addison. We found out that he has been removed from this ball game with a concussion. Hate to hear that for the senior. And Troy Waits unleashes a boot that lands behind. It lands beside the goalpost.
That's
the Troy Waits we've been waiting on right there.
That's what we've been waiting for. Good. Now let's see if PCS can come up with a big stop right here, because Jackson Academy has not been able to stop us on defense. Unfortunately, we have not been able to stop them either. So right here, obviously, the biggest defensive possession in PCS history.
Absolutely. And the Bobcat faithful that have traveled all the way up to Jackson are on their feet across the way here at the Brickyard. We got 8:11 left. What promises to be an intense and exciting fourth quarter. And JA has to burn their second timeout.
I'm real surprised by that. One time on an extra point, and now, first down. You would think that they would have the right personnel in.
Two guys I'm watching right here. Number one's wearing 27. Duncan Maxwell. If he touches it, you better get hats on this man and get him to the turf.
Coach Hawkins says we have to tackle. Right here, we have to tackle. Whether it be Guy, whether it be Maxwell, whatever happens. I don't think JA is going to put the ball in the air a lot here. I think they're going to keep it on the ground. Obviously, they don't want a turnover, so big defensive stance here for Presbyterian.
I'm going to be bold here. Coach Sykes knows he needs a big play to stop momentum. He knows the longer this goes, the longer PCS holds out hope. Play action pass. Look for number 12, David Ford, matched up on the far sideline with Tyler Young.
You heard it here first, folks.
Guy is the tailback in the offset eye behind Shell. Still waiting to key this one for play. Officials are ready, and so are the players. They hand it to Guy. Ball on the ground. PCS has got it. PCS has the ball 23 yards away from tying the ball game. There's our turnover.
Unbelievable turn of events in the last 5 minutes. Bobcat land is going crazy.
Tyler Henderson, Mr. Opportunity, falls on the football.
We now see JA starting to shoot themselves in the foot a little bit like we did earlier in the game.
Ball spotted at the JA 17-yard line.
Last year's game was so dramatic. We would think there's no way this year could be the same, but wow, here it is again.
They go lone back, two tight ends, and JA has called their final timeout of the half.
A lot of sweating going on here in the home side.
I don't believe what I've seen in the last minute and 6 seconds. 2 PCS touchdowns, an onside kick, and a fumble recovery.
I know PCS down 22. All hope is lost. Bobcats fight. And here we are knocking on the door down by 8.
With 8:05 to play. We said there was a lot of football left. We weren't lying.
We didn't know exactly how much, but obviously a lot left here.
And I tell you, I got to attribute a lot of this to the way the season has gone for PCS. PCS 9-2, some of those wins were big, but in every game there was a moment where PCS was either up big or down big where they needed an answer. They needed to either get a score and to put the game away or get a score to keep it close.
That's right.
In every game they've done that. And you see it coming to fruition here tonight.
I love watching the players. All the players are energetic and really trying to get the crowd into the game right now.
They go lone back, give to Cygress middle. He's hit and stuffed right at the line. Still pushing his way forward. Cygress embodying that never say die attitude. And somehow it gets 2 yards out of that.
Both teams came out of the huddle. Jackson Academy urging their fans to cheer. PCS urging their fans to cheer. Like two heavyweights going at it here in the ninth round.
Hey, I talked about Rocky Balboa and Apollo Creed. Apollo keeps punching, but late in the rounds, guess who just keeps on standing there?
That's it.
Keeps taking punches and bouncing back. Same formation. End around to Griffin on the tight end around. He's hit at the 15 and dropped at the 14.
Still got some positive yards there. Good job by Micah.
It'll be 3rd and about 6 for the Bobcats.
You know, Jay's going to be looking for the counter here.
7 minutes to play, 3rd and 7.
Patterson's done a good job of faking the count and then rolling out, trying to find receivers in the end zone here as well.
They'll bring in 2 tight ends. Morgan, the tight end to the right. Winford, the tight end to the left. Jones and Island flanking those tight ends with Sigris behind Patterson. Hawk formation. There's the counter, blown up by J.A. Just like you called it, Matthew, and J.A. knew it was coming. Patterson dropped back at the 21-yard line.
Yeah, we went to the cookie jar one too many times there. Be interesting to see what Coach Hawkins does here.
4th and 7. It's an 8-point. Well, you got to have, you got to get the points and use the time. So with 6:10 and running, Troy Waits will tee the ball up at the 28, be a 38-yard field goal. He's been good from 43 so far tonight.
I think maybe 4th and 1, 4th and 2, we might see Coach Hawkins go for it, but here,
4th and
smart
13.
move right here.
High snap. Broadhead chasing it down. He'll scoop it at the 45. Look, he's got a man deep. Norton, he throws it. It's batted down. Smart play there by Sam Rayburn. Broadhead, the backup quarterback, scooped, and he had Norton open, but he couldn't get his feet underneath him to throw it.
You can tell Rayburn's been taught to just bat that ball down. Smart move by Robbie to try to make something out of the play, however.
And both J.A. turnovers have led to 0 points on the night.
PCS is still in the game, 5:41 left. We need another. We got a turnover last time. See what happens here.
Almost unbelievable turn of events. From the bottom of the valley to the top of the mountain and then back down again. PCS down 8, needing a stop here. All 3 timeouts at their disposal. This is the counter left to Maxwell, trying to get to the edge. Stutter step and dropped. That's Broadhead making the play. It'll be a gain of 2 to the 23-yard line.
Maxwell looks tired, not near the burst that he had earlier in the game. That kickoff might have done him in for the night.
Well, he had that big gainer after that all the way down to the 15 that Tyler Young saved the touchdown on, only delayed a Raider score. 5 minutes to play. PCS trails by 8. You got to, hey, a stop here. You may want to think about using your timeouts on 2nd and 8. Counter it back to Maxwell again, trying to get to the edge. He's got it. Stays in bounds, cutting, and Winford finishes him off at the 35. He's got the first down.
Hey, he looked good that time. He came right out, shot right out of the cannon like he was earlier.
Stop the clock momentarily.
Jay is going to try to do a good job here. Have the clock run all the way down before they snap balls. Just do a good job of clock management. PCS does have 3 timeouts that they can use on defense to stop the clock.
4:30 and counting.
I don't think you'll see Jackson Academy pass the football.
JA's out of timeouts and having some personnel issues. They'll hustle to the line here. Wishbone. They give to the fullback Reed. Gets about 3 on the play. Approaching 4 minutes now. 2nd and 7. You need a stop. You got to get a big-time tackle right here. This is it. These next 2 downs will be the difference maker in this ball game.
That's right.
They go back to the wishbone. Just going to content to run it, run clock. They turn and give to Maxwell middle, trying to find his way. He's hit and dropped short.
Another fumble on the play.
Ball came out. PCS signals it's theirs. Officials none too hastily making a decision.
Said he was down.
Said he was down. They'll call it 3rd down.
Head ball popped right out. And we did have the football as well.
This is one of those times when you wish the high schools had those red challenge flags, you know?
Yeah, Coach Hawkins would have thrown that so fast.
It's 3rd and 3. This is your ball game right here. They get a stop and a timeout. You've got life. 3 minutes to play. 3rd and 3 for the rest of the season.
Really need some penetration right here by our defensive line.
And Jay Shell run it all the way down as long as he can. Turn, gives full back. He breaks through, and he's got the first down.
We had him, that first penetration, we had him, that extra effort. He gets the extra yards he needs for the first down.
Initially stopped is Cooper Reed, but he's able to bounce off that tackle.
PCS is going to have to start using their timeouts to stop the clock.
Absolutely, after every down, as we're at 2:45. Harvey there on the stop. Ball at the 49-yard line. And Alan Winford came off on that play. Allen is still in. They go to a 5-man front here, bring in Buffkin and take a defensive back off the field. Fullback Reed again. And PCS calls a timeout at the end of the play.
A little extra curricular activity at the end of that play between a couple of players.
It was Buffkin and Wilkerson. .214 to play. We'll reset it here. JA and PCS have been battling. JA staked themselves all the way out to a 40-18 lead at one point in this game. And PCS has scored 14 consecutive points, but failed to cash in on a late fumble by JA inside their defensive red zone. And then on a field goal attempt, would have been a 38-yard field goal, a chip shot for Troy Waits. We had a high snap from Jones to Broadhead.
Now with 2:14, this is really our last chance to stop JA here. We only have 2 timeouts remaining. JA gets a first down. We're not going to be able to stop the clock.
It's 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Ball just inside PCS territory at the 49-yard line.
Got a lot of big bodies up front trying to stuff that fullback dive.
They go wishbone too tight. Everybody knows there's a run coming. They give counter to Guy trying to get to the edge. He's there. Pushed out of bounds. Big time mistake by Guy to run out of bounds. He shouted the first down and went out of bounds.
Yeah, he wanted that first down so bad that his momentum carried him out of bounds. Coach Sykes is talking to him.
3rd and a half a yard. But the out of bounds saves PCS a timeout here. It's 3rd and 1. 2:08. Tanner McGowan will come in on defense. He'll be on the ball at nose guard. They go back to the wishbone. This is Cooper Reed time right here.
Need to be careful not to jump off sides here.
Absolutely. They give it to Maxwell, countering back. He cuts back and gets the first down. The initial penetration by Morgan and Winford looked promising, but Maxwell in the excellent vision.
Tell you, Maxwell's been their workhorse all game.
Yeah, he's been the MVP. He's been the MVP.
Fitting for him to get the ball right there.
JA is not here without Duncan Maxwell. Excuse me. 2:04 and a first down.
Talked about him and Guy being so potent earlier, and we've seen that all game long.
Under 2 to play. PCS with 2 timeouts, trailing by 8 points. Coach Sykes and the Raiders content to just pound this ball away. This will be a big first down stop here, just inside the 40. Reed stopped at the 37, and PCS calls a timeout. They'll
see
have
the
one
PCS
remaining.
defenders trying to strip the ball as well, trying to give us a little bit of life here with 1:34 remaining.
Well, this may be our last break in action before the game is over with and quite possibly the season. And one thing we want to do is send out thank yous, especially to the PCS Booster Club. It's been a great year. We've tied the season school record in wins, and all the success from the fall, the winter, the spring sports would not be possible with all the efforts and things that you do. On behalf of all the athletes and coaches and sponsors out there in PCS, I want to say a special thank you, and we just can't say that enough to all the things that the PCS Booster Club does.
You're exactly right, Nathan.
And our last little bit here, if you want to see what happens in the rest of the season, keep up with these Bobcat athletic programs, just follow the directions on your screen there and follow us on Twitter at PCS Sports for all action in PCS athletics.
We
Second
can only
9.
stop the clock one more time. We really need to just stuff the run right here.
94 seconds left. They give to Maxwell left. Great pursuit. Drop for a loss. And that'll be the third and final timeout for PCS.
Nathan, looks like we're going to get the ball back, barring a huge run play here on third down. We're just not going to have a whole lot of time left to work with.
Great push and initial surge there on the line. Robbie Morgan, Tanner McGowan.
Coach Sykes is just telling his players right now, do not go out of bounds, whatever happens, and hold on to the football.
90 seconds exactly remain in this ball game, and it's been a doozy, folks. Back and forth and a lot of scoring, a lot of action. And when all seemed lost for PCS, 40-18, they bounce back with 14 points and bring this to a one-score game.
Yeah, I might see Doug Flutie trot onto the field here in a minute. Christian Leitner shot.
I had some flashbacks of Flutie when Broadhead chased down that bad snap.
It looked
tried
like
to
that.
throw it.
We'll start chanting
fortunate
Rudy
as
here.
BC. Here we go, 3rd and 11, a minute and a half to play. Nobody has any timeouts. They counter it.
Oh, we had the tackle.
And he falls.
Big
Nick
play
Guy
for us.
trips and falls at the line of scrimmage. It's 4th and 11. Clock winding down.
Trying to see how much time's on the play clock to see when we'll actually get the ball.
We won't have a play clock to see. 4th and 12.
Wouldn't be surprised if Jay just takes a penalty here and then kicks the ball away.
Yeah, I think that's probably the smart play here. Yeah, that's what they're not going to get this snap away. That'll be, there it is. There's the 5-yard delay game.
And that doesn't hurt Jay at all.
Well, I tell you right here in this yard, with the ball at the 40, PCS was coming all out block there, because if Arnold gets a boot away, it's more than likely going into the end zone for a touchback. Back it up 5 more yards, you got to be thinking, if you're PCS, we may need somebody back there for a return to get some kind of yardage to set us up. I mean, 44 seconds.
Yeah, it looks like PCS doesn't have anybody deep.
They're going after this block. You can't run into the kicker. Gets it away, does Arnold. End-over-end kick, bounces at the 10, down at the 5. So 95 yards away in 36 seconds.
JA Special Teams coming up with a huge play for the Raiders. PCS in desperation mode here, 36 seconds left. Nathan, we might see our deep safety this time from Jackson Academy that you've been waiting on.
This will be the one snap of the whole ball game where JA will have a safety further back on the line of scrimmage than 8 yards.
You've been wanting that safety. You're going to get him. Could see some hook and ladder here. Might see some quick outs to get the ball back out of bounds.
They'll go shotgun with 2 backs, 3 receivers.
We still don't have the deep safety.
Micah Griffin. They throw the screen pass to Island. It worked last time. Try to get some yardage here. Island trying to get the sideline, out of bounds. Not a bad play out of the shadow of their own goalpost.
Yeah, it gives us some working room here. So Patterson can drop back, roll out.
And PCS is incensed. Fate Island got thrown to the ground about 6 yards out of bounds.
Coach Hawkins having a nice chat right now.
I didn't see exactly what happened, but I know Fate Island went out of bounds in their zone power, and I looked up, and he had a man laying on top of him in a JA jersey.
Nathan, there's not one person that's not standing up right now in the stadium.
29 seconds.
Everybody's on pins and needles here to see what
First
happens.
and 10. You got 29 seconds to PCS history. What can happen? Draw play to Island. He's got a blocker in front, trying to get to the edge. He's got a first down and out of bounds at the 38-yard line. 23 seconds remaining.
Great play calling by Coach Hawkins here. We're almost at midfield. Now we can actually start taking some shots down the field.
And they want to back on up. We'll go screen passes and draw plays continuously. JA signals in the same defense. 4-man deep quarters. Island comes off on this play. Norton is the lone back in the shotgun. 3 receivers. Throwing into the flats quickly is Patterson, incomplete.
Yeah, no protection that time. He had to get rid of it a lot sooner than he wanted to.
KC Lucius applying the pressure. Flash you back to August when these two teams last met. Late in that ball game, PCS needing a drive. They had the ball at similar field position here. Lucius breaks through, anticipates the snap count, and sacks Patterson for a loss and a fumble, and Jay takes over and ices the game. 19 seconds left in this one. Boy, you'd love to see Chris Addison out there right now. This breaks your heart. They'll send Norton in motion. Patterson to throw up the middle. He's got Jones going up for it. Collision downfield, no flag, incomplete. 14 seconds. 3rd and 10.
There's enough time to get one completion and get out of bounds and then toss something into the end zone.
This one's been everything that you've asked for. We've had scoring, we've had big plays, we've had a little bit of defense.
Couple trick plays thrown in, a nice onside kick.
It takes you to the last 14 seconds. PCS trails by 8. Shotgun for Patterson. Throws across the middle of Jones. Intercepted by Colin Welsh. He'll slide down, and that'll do it. 7 seconds on the clock. JA takes over possession, and they will make their way to the state championship game.
Great game by both teams. Both teams fought hard to the end. You couldn't have asked for a better game. Obviously, we wish the scoreboard would have been in our favor, but just a great hard-fought game by both teams.
And awaiting Jackson Academy is Jackson Prep. They are victorious 23-7 over MRA. And JA will look to avenge their only loss of the year at the hands of the Jackson Prep Patriots, who will try to end the streak for JA as well as polish off an undefeated year.
Jackson Prep, the only team to beat JA this year.
And a big-time upset in AA, Lamar has defeated Centerville.
Very big game for Lamar.
Shell takes the final snap and takes a knee, and that is our final score. PCS drops a heartbreaker, 40-32 at the Brickyard. We'll pause for just a moment and be back to bring you final thoughts on this one. You've been watching PCS football on the Bobcat Sports Network. We're back here for the post-game action as JA has come away victorious and defended the Brickyard once again by defeating your Bobcats 40-32 in an absolute nail-biter and a heartbreaker if you're a PCS fan. For the third consecutive year, PCS opens the season with a loss to JA and closes the season with a narrow, and I mean by the slimmest of margins, narrow defeat at the hands of the Raiders. Matt, what have you got for us?
Well, I think, first of all, our thoughts and prayers out to Chris Addison. I'm not sure the extent of his injury. What a great senior season for him. Just a big congratulations to our seniors. Coach Hawkins talks all the time about how important this senior class has been to PCS. And these seniors go out as the winningest, it's hard to say, winningest senior class in PCS history concerning football. And congratulations to them. What a great season. Coach Hawkins talking to his players down there right now, just spilling his heart out, telling them how much he loves them. And I tell you what, Nathan, you cannot ask for more fight out of a football team than we saw from this PCS team. A never give up, never die attitude. And, you know, wherever these seniors go, wherever these young men go, that's going to be something they carry with them for the rest of their lives.
And the one thing you hope for, I mean, this senior class, 26 wins over 3 seasons, something that many thought just a few short years ago that PCS would never accomplish. But in the short time, the 4 years that Coach Hawkins has been at PCS, that's exactly what has happened. And you can't thank these seniors enough for what they've done. And we just hope that it's ignited a fire and started a movement at PCS that Nathan, one day it will be our time.
We have some exciting younger players as well. And I know, you know, anytime the season ends like this, you know, you'll take some time, you'll reflect, you'll talk about some different things. But once you get your time off, you think these players aren't going to be motivated to get in the weight room, motivated to watch film, motivated to get better. This is just going to feed the fire as PCS continues to grow as a football program. Coaching staff, what a great job they did. Players all year long, our fans, Booster Club, what a great job by everybody in the PCS family.
And Coach Smith, we know you're watching, and we know that this has got to be a tough one, and we want you to know that these players, they played their hearts out for you. We wish you were here, and we hope to see you again very soon. Hope you get back. And, man, as a coach, yeah, it's just it's tough. But I tell you one thing, that you look down there, and normally at the end of all the football games, you see Coach Hawkins surrounded by his players. But the shots you see here, every fan that made their way, there's a few in the bleachers still making their way down, but every fan has circled around this team, showing them their support and the love that they have for them and just what they've done throughout this season.
Right. You know, as a coach, you want your players to give their best. You want your players to have a great attitude. You want your players to encourage their teammates. This Bobcat team has done every intangible that makes up a great team. So, you know, win or lose here, I guarantee you Coach Hawkins could not be more proud of this group of Bobcats.
Talked about those seniors, and one last time, I'm going to name them off. They've done a great thing. They deserve recognition. You had Tyler Young, Micah Griffin, Robbie Broadhead, Chris Addison, Hunter Norton, Daniel Patterson, John Woods, Stephen Jones, Dakota Harvey, Patrick Irizarry, Michael Cooper, Logan McBride, Alan Winford, Tanner McGowan, Robbie Morgan. Phenomenal job by these young men, and just a great group of athletes and leaders and young men. Well, I think that's going to about do us. Matt, you got any final thoughts?
Yeah, Nathan, thank you so much for letting me hang out with you guys. What a great job by our production crew tonight, and what a great game. I tell you, I'm so glad I got to experience the game, and good job to our seniors, good job coaching staff. We look forward to basketball season. Now I know varsity girls has a big game tomorrow in the Stringer tournament, and our guys will start up in a few weeks as well. So good job to all our football players, all our coaches. What a great game. And good luck to Jackson Academy and Jackson Prep next week in the championship.
Well, that's going to about do it for us here. We're going to sign off for Matthew Lofton. I'm Nathan Dancy. The next time you see any broadcast for PCS, it'll be a basketball game. We hope you've enjoyed the football season because we've enjoyed bringing it to you. We thank you for your loyal viewership. Signing off. This has been another PCS football broadcast production.